Razi al-Malach, the Adam Rishon had it, but then it's like, oh no, actually it was
make our
in
Adama.
medieval times. Like
The smell as I walked into this house is amazing.
In my opinion, but like, just look at this thing, and it's like, oh, what the heck?
Razi al-Malach.
I learned something this weekend that connected to my name.
What's that?
I learned something this weekend that connected to my name, that blew my mind. And it was actually in the Wonders in Reb Ginsburg's thing. I read it in Reb
Doesn't Razai mean secret or something?
Right, the Raz means secret, right? And it's actually for Parshat Shalach this week. I mean, I might use it for the voice note, but that's the whole secret of why Raz also means skinny, is that the secret is that the thinnest line, like the line going through Yam Suf, that
the
cuts
kav,
through
that
kav,
kav.
it's that thin line, like you have no chance to accomplish your dream. Like a ton of people tell me, what are you doing going out to sports? Just become an accountant or whatever, It's like, what's the point? It's like, it's even the thinnest of chances, and it's Mina Metzar Karatiya and Nayim Rechadav, in that dire straight, within that little thin line, you call out to God and He expands it for you.
But that's the whole thing of alignment, because alignment is with a kav. Right. And yet there's this whole halal, whatever that means, around it.
Exactly. And what's the word for hope?
Go on.
Tikva, right? Kav is tikva, right? It's the hope.
And we had a shmos. Kav. It has again and again. Kav, and shmos.
Right.
It's all about realigning,
Right. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Kav el Hashem.
Right?
Yeah.
Double cover.
It was an amazing thing I was sharing with Aryeh today when we were learning. So, tikva, right, obviously means hope, but it also means rope, right? In the story of Rahab and the spies, Pinchas and Collab tell her, leave a tikvat chut, right, Adon, outside the window, lay the string. And it's like, why is it that a rope would be tikva? Because you have kav, right, first off, but what does hope do? Hope connects the present to the future.
Right.
Right, hope is something that connects you. And this is mind-blowing. So with Rabbi Wilds, a couple of years ago.
He's an MJ.
Yeah, he's MJ. So I help. So I do his stuff also. So
wow. Yeah, they do good stuff.
So so
you do good stuff.
We all do, Baruch Hashem. But I'm honored.
I've been following him for years because he's always someone who we sort of book with. Nissim's gone there a bunch of times.
Right. Yeah. He did the annual dinner a couple of years ago. Yeah. Exactly. So we were just schmoozing, like trying to figure out a parsha idea, and I shared this tikva thing with him for Parshat Bet Hanan. As I had like Moshe doesn't give up hope constantly, and he's praying. How many times did he daven? 515 times, which is Gematria Tefillah, which is Gematria Shira, all that kind of stuff, right?
That's
and Bet Hanan. So I was like 515. So like, what's 516? Like, because the whole thing is if he would have prayed one more time, then he would have been let in, right? So I was like, okay, what is 516? And I'm like thinking there, Hatikva.
That's his Gematria.
You put that together, huh? Well, Tikva is 5.
Even the word is Ashira.
Ashira 511.
Is Ashira as I will sing or
Hashira would be 516. So no, when Hashira would be 520. So Tikva is 511, and so Hatikva, which is the name of the national anthem. So like we are literally living the 516th prayer of Moshe. That's what we're doing. We're living, being allowed in to Eretz Yisrael. We're living that 516th prayer, just to be able to eventually bring the Beit HaMikdash and all that kind of stuff and to really manifest it fully. But we're living it. And that just blew my mind.
It is amazing. We're actually living it, aren't we?
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's why there's all this crazy energy in there right now with the helicopters. It's like you can feel.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
No, man, who wrote it down? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, right. So,
I know what you're saying.
So this is what I'm saying. So
it says who the print. I was reading this piece, the original cover, but it just says who printed it.
So this is what I was talking about with. And I remember you say like you're into Rambam and stuff. You're a rational chassid. You say. Yeah. So like a lot of people they talk about the Zohar, right? It's like the Rashi didn't rise, right? Moshe de Leon, all that kind of stuff. And it's like there's a difference between something physically manifesting and the teachings themselves. So the tradition is that.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people back in the day called the Tanya, not Tanya, called the hoax.
Well, the Zohar.
Yeah, the Zohar.
Yeah, but then Rabbi
it's silly. No, it's silly. It's silliness. It's like, he didn't write it. Yeah, he didn't say.
Appa wrote it.
I'm saying it's a whole silly thing.
The student.
They would call him. They were calling it like a hoax.
Right.
We once had
that's
one.
Like when you take
we had
friends like that.
One of those guys.
They're super about.
Yeah, one of those guys came to yeshiva I was working at. He was called in as a videographer, and he used to have a beard and everything. And he was writing books in the Zohar, very academic, but he was quoting some pastors and famous, like really weird sources to explain the Zohar. It was a kollel in Hanoff at the time. My brother-in-law was involved with it. and they were learning all the rationalist stuff, like overly rationalist stuff. The goal was eventually to get to Kabbalah, but they never got there. They just stayed with rationalist stuff. Yeah. Almost everyone went off the derech in that Collab. Right. The Rosh Collab like got put in Chayrim because like it was like a complete churban what happened to her. And that videographer, I saw him like very soon after, no beard, nothing, like what? I don't even know if he was religious anymore. But it's just crazy. Like you see, like they were like on this supposed mission to like answer up all that stuff, but they went into what's called the Chalal Panoi. They went into this they were no longer aligned.
To the void.
Yeah, when
Chassidim, bring it down.
Chassidim have a Masorah, and you have to believe in it.
That's why I like the boat.
No, but you have to have the Masorah. You have to have the Masorah because Rashbi goes through to all the way through to that Rizal, which goes all the way through to the Chassidish Rebbes, to the Tzaddikim.
But this is the thing that always spoke to me. It's like
that's the cow.
The system works. Yeah. That's the point. The point is the system works. No, meaning like...
It works if it works.
No, that's not my point. My point is like the whole Sephirotic system and the Arizal and everything, when you map it on, Chesed, Gevura, Abraham, when you map it, it aligns.
The pattern fits everything.
That's not proof of anything.
But it's not about
it's not proof.
That's
what I'm saying.
It is proof. You're wrong. You're 100% wrong. And I'm going to call you out on this. You are meichas wrong. It's the absolute truth. It's the... I'm telling you, it's 100%. It's the Torah, Oraisa, Kudsha Baruch Hu, Yisrael.
I agree with you 100%. You're misconstruing.
Right, that one. Absolutely.
My mother-in-law, I had an argument with my mother-in-law. It was actually bad. Because she was telling me how she went to Aish because her father is a rabbi there. And she's like, and they can prove to you that the Torah is real.
No, I don't mean it in that way.
It's not about proof.
It's not about proof.
Using the word proof, the whole point of the Munah.
It's not about proof.
She was like giving me this whole speech about how you can prove it.
No.
That's not about proof.
But it's 100%
not understanding the word proof.
Truth.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. You were making me nervous.
No. It annoys me when people...
We're above
the whole thing of Amunah and Betachan is that there is no proof.
Right.
That's literally the only point.
Right. We're above proof.
If
you could prove it, then everything is garbage. It doesn't mean anything.
Right. And this is the thing.
If you could prove that Hashem is real and Alice is real, then it means nothing, right?
But the idea...
then your belief and
you have no
it means literally nothing.
Right.
That's the whole point.
The thing is that truth...
That's the only thing about it, the word proof.
But that's why there's a kav and there's a chalal panoi. And that means that there's bechira because there's a chalal panoi. You're not always aligned.
So all the beauty in the world is
when you're aligned. When you're aligned, you're doing the will of God.
It's another thing about logical stuff.
No, but when
you're missing the whole
thing.
Exactly.
But when you're aligned, you're doing the will of Hashem. So you're totally aligned. You're in this kav. You're like you said, chesed gevurah tefes. You're in this mitzias. You're being kind to your wife. You're being, gevurah with your children. Like whatever the balance is needed at that moment, and you're applying it correctly, and everything's harmonizing. Then what happens? You, as a human being, you get distracted. Your phone takes you. Your phone takes you to a place that's not aligned.
Right.
And now. Then you come back to your wife, and now you've just been looking at some woman you shouldn't be. So no longer you're like not looking at her with the right eyes. You're looking at her that she's not up to Gal Gadot or whatever lahavdil. And then you're looking at your kid. He's not like whoever else you were busy with. He's not this perfect Masuda person already, and he's making you headaches because he needs money or needs this and needs that, needs time. And then you start falling apart with all these, like this lack of alignment. Right. And it's all to do with us being focused and tuned into what we're here for, or when we're not. And we all go up and down with it. That's part of your everyday life, your readers, Aliyahs. But the point is, what the bottom line is, you have, like you said, tikva, and you said hope. You know that that's all there, and it's constantly there, and it's available for you to realign. Right. You don't lose it just because you weren't aligned for a minute.
Right.
And you don't lose your wife, you don't lose your kids just because you weren't a perfect husband or a perfect father. You can realign. Now, unfortunately, there are people that go maybe too far and then they do lose it on some level.
Too much in the sky, don't.
Yeah.
So, it's a crazy story about this book.
Mm-hmm. So,
no, it's not. When I was not holding for like over a decade, I wasn't putting on film for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. And I started to put on again, I shared this voice on a while ago, maybe you guys can hear this part, but like I was putting on film because I wanted to get a job in sports. It was like a gumball machine, so I started putting on film.
But actually worked, didn't it?
I'll share the story. It did, but so I put on film, and I'm like, I reached into my film bag, and what I pull out a dime bag with a little Sefer Raziel in it. Because whoever has my name, whoever my bar mitzvah, when I had my bar mitzvah, whoever gave me this fill-in must have seen my name and slipped in a Sefer Raziel in there.
That's so cool.
So I pulled it out like 10, 15 years later.
Thank you for the wine.
Where were you sitting?
And then I got this little Sefer Raziel, little dime bag. I still have it. It's in my house back.
Little Mexican juice.
It smells. It smells amazing anyway, but yeah, this is like.
Sweet and spicy fruit.
Exactly.
L'chaim everyone. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Look at this.
Wow. We got the base of Migdash here.
Love that.
I just bought my wife a Beit HaMikdash necklace.
Oh, really?
Oh wow. Do you also have a beautiful base of Migdash picture in your house, painting?
Which one?
Don't you? Isn't it you? Who
The
had it?
photo one. I'm working on a Beit HaMikdash.
No, who had it?
Shachar.
Well, it wasn't you.
It's my job. Yeah.
I'd not know that.
Come on.
What kind?
We got to get those in our houses.
I was in Tel Aviv today with my wife in the shuk in the old Yafo, and some guy was lying. He was selling. He think that's the job they lie. So, oh, my wife made this. It's clearly made in the factory. But it was nice. We barking around.
Such with my cousin. My cousin does art. Who's actually friends with Shachar.
That would do really well here if you did base of Migdash paintings. 'Cause I
I'm
need
working on it
one.
right now.
He does stuff too.
I don't have like alcohol.
It's actually how I know Shachar. I know Shachar Brooks. He knows my cousin who this is his page. Does art.
I'm on Instagram. I haven't posted in multiple years.
It was a good weekend, right? Good
I know
show.
it's that. Sure,
Yeah,
sure,
so
sure.
that's my cousin.
I like
I'm
this.
happy, yeah?
It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, look.
How was your
look at my
wife?
stuff, but it's old. I haven't posted in years. So
You didn't trash the
That's
house.
good. So wait, so
I
what?
hate Instagram.
Nah, dude, I hate it too, but it's my
It's
job.
your job.
I literally, that's the way I think about it. It's literally going to the
Really
void.
nicely,
Like you have to bring the
it's
light to
layout.
I
the.
had my wife. The only thing is like
It was
over
profitable.
the years that since I've
yeah.
stopped,
It's
it's like
success.
real.
I think that's the most people we have in our
Right.
house ever.
Much more work.
Wow.
It's much more. I can't.
Because we had over
I can't be bothered to
over
remember
50,
take
I
videos
think.
of myself.
I hope it's the first of many such things. You
Set
know?
up a tripod.
Yeah.
Make sure that I'm dressed properly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the truth is, you can really
Oh,
just
man.
do a
And it
time
was
lapse.
Ashkaka driving them
That's
as
like all
well.
you have to do. You can literally
I'm
just
not,
set.
the before
Takes
Shabbos
2
was very
seconds
funny.
to set up a.
After
set
you
up
were
a
going
drive
right,
on it,
9
and
minutes.
Send you the
Yeah,
clips.
like
Super
if
easy.
you don't have like a thing like
A what?
an original take in a real like original.
You get some
Yeah,
of
what do you
those.
mean? Just you
Yeah,
let it
you
run.
guys and voiceover.
Hi.
Just do it. You
Good
just
job.
do it. It's not gonna be
Right.
No, I didn't.
pointless.
Barlow,
You're just throwing
how
it in
are
the
ya?
ether.
Yes.
True.
He's
You
back.
can quality.
And it's just factual. You're not
Brought
gonna
the
get
dust out for the big
unless you
party.
really.
Yeah, you got the
A little bit of
voiceover
work.
and
Brought
stuff
the
like
dust
that.
out for
I'm
the
not. I
party.
just can't.
I thought you were going to Spot or something.
Okay.
Spot.
Unless I hire someone to stand in the
Next.
basement with me. In my
Next week I
studio,
won't be here. Also.
and video of me from angles and make video like that. Which theoretically would be a good idea, but I can't.
Huh? You know something?
Yeah, but
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna stand in my studio and
Are
take
you
videos of me
small
paint.
double?
I'm saying.
I mean, it depends how long it takes.
Aryeh.
Depends how long it
He's a
takes.
lion.
So like,
But the truth is, again, if you want multiple angles, you set up two tripods. Whatever.
You made that?
It's
just like yeah, it's not like I stopped something social media.
But does it help? I mean, did you find that it helps with like?
Yeah, it got me.
If you made that,
Yeah.
that's impressive enough.
So how do you make money? You get people hot commissions. That's what Ari does. But it's Ari's side gig.
What's he do for a living?
He used to work with Shachar in Israel Free Spirit. Ari, give us the water, please.
So I do it full time.
Thank you.
I don't make much money, but I do it full time.
It sounds like Israel.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
You're an artist.
Not starving though, bro.
What kind of paint do you use? Oils or acrylics?
Acrylic. Yeah, I don't have any ventilation, so oil will be a problem. Or will be a real issue.
Oh, man.
I love to do portraits. It's my favorite thing to do.
Portraits.
I mean, I do ultra decus, like it's like funky. We'll call it
Show
funky
me a little
decus.
bit of center.
I'd love to see.
I have a taste in art. So
That's what I got recently.
For your.
Yeah, just finished this last
Oh wow.
week. Finished that last week.
Who's that? Is that?
It's about-
Yeah, it's
Are
about
you getting movers or not?
No, it's all good.
I brought some. I know I just put some essentials,
That's
but I brought
crazy.
some things if it was
Artists
smell.
like
Good
fascinating,
things,
man.
good smells.
I cannot draw a
the
stick
ruach
figure.
gonna show us.
I like cannot draw a stick
not
Oh,
figure.
yeah, save us some.
Oh, it's just so I like.
I will turn around.
Digital art I can do.
Have you,
Finished.
have
No,
you
so bad.
always been into
Oh, that's
smell?
so cool.
Work in progress.
I made something similar.
All thoughts.
Brings a good energy.
That was so cool.
All thoughts.
That's
We're
great.
work in progress.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We
How many
dafka
projects do you working
smell
on?
things on Friday
Try to
night
work
for
on
two
a few
reasons.
recently.
One,
I used to only do
Kiddush.
one, but I
One is to
How long?
Yeah,
And generally, how long
Yeah,
does it
yeah,
take to do
yeah.
something?
more
Yeah,
brachot
in my
on
basement.
Shabbat. And then the
This one's in
second
Hershey.
is
This one's in
because
Hershey's
we just
house.
got our
Also
Neshama
around
Yitira on
Hershey.
Shabbat, right? So
This is the Babatreva, but it's in
just like we leave Shabbat with Besamim,
Oh my god, what the heck is
and
that?
we say,
Is that giant intro? What is that?
just like we leave Shabbat with Besamim, because we're
Yes.
sad that the Neshama Yitira is leaving, so also on Friday night we smell Besamim, because we just got it, so we should be happy.
It's,
So this is Boreat Sevisamim, this is Hanoten Reach Tov
Yeah.
Bapirot. You know that bracha?
Yeah.
Special bracha.
I know 10 reach tov la perot.
Bapirot.
Bapirot, right.
Bapirot.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, anoten reach tov bapirot.
You sports game?
Oh, man.
You a sports game?
Or a
I
minute.
played chess.
Or Mine.
Oh, what did you say?
I made this
Yeah, but-
I'd say, no, cut it.
So it may be
That's
reached.
smart.
But only if we gotta leave.
You have it.
It's like a funky.
Funky,
But
right?
now it's more like us. Like this is
My,
another.
wordplay of Besamim. Besamim could also mean like
How about
spices, right? Besamim b'shamayim.
My father.
Besamim b'shamayim.
He
Flip
was
it.
friend. He
And
was
also,
Also, like
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
connects because that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
the ruach.
And I can show you some. Yeah,
Well,
also painted on a very
you know the
funky
teaching
way.
about
He
smell, right?
Patches
And its connection to Purim.
and it
it's
made
amazing
like,
Torah.
portraits with
Assuming,
something
right?
like
Because-
that.
So
Patches.
that's part of it, correct? So that's
Yeah.
part of it.
I'll
That's
see
so
the
so.
I'm just saying because the
No, no, for
Yeah, I'm
sure.
doing this.
the
I'm
timer's
not
gonna go.
sound
The what's gonna what?
The
I
timer's
listen
gonna go
to
off in a minute.
Oh, okay. No, so I'll wait. I'll
We've
wait.
been in
Okay.
our house
Didn't go
for
off.
about
So there's
3-4 months.
So the question is, okay. So what does that pasuk really mean?
He just Mamish inspired me. Like I saw the
So
painted
just
in action.
keep that question in mind. But generally,
Which
you'll-
pasukis are you?
the Sarich Adam Lebasume. So that you guys know the difference between right.
I started
Baruch
Yeshiva.
was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Baruch
Yeah.
Mordechai
It
Baruch
wasn't
right?
It did not.
So
Yeah.
that was from the frying pan.
No, I did it at night after.
Yeah, it's this song. Right?
So I heard this from my friend Palvanov. He yeah, I deleted that right, exactly. So if you notice in the Megillah, the sense of smell is everywhere, right? Because constantly it says Shoshana Bira, Shoshana Bira, Shoshana Bira. Why is it in Shoshana Bira? We know it's Shoshana Bira. Shoshan is Lashon Shoshana for rose, something you smell, right? You have you have Mordechai. What's Mordechai's other name? Marjoror, right? The myrrh spice, right?
Abiban.
What's Esther's other name? Hadassah, right? To smell that. You have the feces being thrown on Haman, right? So the sense of smell is just everywhere, and that's only some of the examples. So what does the sense of smell have to do with anything? So the Arizal points out the sense of smell is the one sense that was not tarnished at Kriyat Sadat, right? Because it doesn't say that they ever smelled the fruit. It says they took it, they ate it, they listened to the snake. And what am I missing?
Because they're not the real names.
Right.
Esther and
There's a
Mordecai
sign,
is
but
the
it's
right.
not right.
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 I
But-
appreciate that.
But even still,
Maybe
there's
that's
such
The right one.
so
interesting.
there's so much depth there because obviously
Hassa
Esther.
and
Right. But the whole thing towards Esther because what does
so interesting.
what does smell represent from that perspective is it's about it's revealing what is concealed. Right, but even like colloquialisms, when we say something smells off, right? We say it smells off, right?
Smells
So
good,
the
yeah.
sense of smell is something that reveals that which is meant to be hidden. Right? That's what Purim is all about.
Well, pass you the plate. 'cause
I'm skipping a lot of different steps here, but I don't remember the full bar. But the point is like it says like you say, it's a smell, right? Because besamim is a spice. Something is a spice, right? So what's it actually saying? Is it saying we are supposed to get
Lexia,
so
turn
drunk
off the
that we
lights.
don't know the? No, that's not what it's saying. What it's saying is that you're supposed to get so drunk on Torah,
Doesn't know my
it goes
voice.
so
Can you have the
deep
plate?
underneath everything. You're supposed to realize that Baruch Mordechai is the same gematria as Aruch.
What you want?
That they're the
Think?
exact same. You're supposed to go to the deepest levels to even understand that. You get so drunk on Torah that you go into the concealed realms and you're able to see that even that right, is matin.
That's how to live
all.
like a yid, that everything is for the good. That
Exactly.
Hashem.
And that's what Purim's all about. It's all concealed. And it's
Right.
all,
I just started learning.
Beautiful.
of course. I know.
This book
Uh-huh.
on Purim, blow your socks off.
Yeah.
It's called
We
Esther
have
Unmasked.
it. We have it here.
Yeah,
I haven't
one of
finished
the
it.
best books I've ever read.
My wife finished
Yeah, I
it.
need to read it.
You blow your socks. I'm not even gonna.
I
Like,
just
try
started
to, like,
learning
go over,
with one of my chavruto last Thursday, Purim Torah. And
For,
we started learning the first
weekend.
ma'amar of the Nativot Shalom in Purim.
That's crazy.
We didn't get very far, but he starts off totally unrelated to Purim about how the nida of Samech Bechelko, somebody being happy with their portion and what they have, is the highest nida. It's cool of all units.
Yeah, sure.
And then he goes into Purim, saying how Mordechai was lo yishtachaveh, lo yichra v'lo yishtachaveh. He didn't bow. He didn't bow down to Mordechai. And I don't know where it goes from there. We have to continue to see. But my Ruta pointed out something. He quoted a midrash that I never
There's
read.
no windows, there's no ventilation, there's no nothing.
That
Close the
Haman
door,
was
it's like
a slave to Mordechai.
Yes.
Darkest place
Yes.
I never heard that.
So
I knew he was a barber in the past. But I didn't know that he was.
I have a Megillah, so my friend like worked with
just guess this.
stuff. All the Targum on it. It's crazy. All the Targum, and it goes into this. Like, Josh, do you know? I'll tell you why he was a slave. Do you
I mean, you
remember?
could touch your eyeball.
Did he get into it?
Look, literally,
I'll share with you what happened.
Remind me of
Benson, pass it to me.
the matzah kosher.
You want the wings?
Yes.
That's the wings?
No, I'm just gonna eat the plate. No.
Pretty strong.
I don't know, maybe you're hungry.
Keep it over there.
Plate.
Thank you.
Reminds me of the matzah kosher.
Yeah.
Complete darkness. I never really saw complete darkness until I went into a cave, one in the sky.
Oh, sure.
And
I
then
hallucinated in that cave.
yeah,
Really?
you know,
I love all
that
the
kind of
pictures.
right?
Yeah.
Love all those pictures you
The
sent
one-
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It just came up in my memory.
It's funny, I never
Yeah.
took any pictures of myself, really.
Like,
So it's
the
so
way
funny
good is
that
the-
Well, in the middle of the night, on a
Cold.
cloudy night, it was so
Yeah, right.
crazy. Yeah.
And you know, the
I was
sound
also
is-
high, but
The sound is amazing, dude. Also.
yes, yeah, we were singing. Yeah, I had some weird visions there. It was like the only time I ever like fully hallucinated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where was that?
in a cave in Sot.
Caves.
Only
Yeah.
time you ever what?
Hallucinated.
Really?
Yeah, I was just go high with my yeshiva days.
Stick on.
And yeah, it was just pitch
Was
black.
this name
and-
weed?
But just
Oh, because
So there's
of
pitch black, you can't see anything.
Right.
So your mind starts
Right.
tricking you. And it was really
I actually saw a video this week of God's. You know God's side.
Yeah, he's good.
So
He's there. He's there.
I have his, I have his
Stop.
email.
Yeah,
I emailed him and he said he's too busy to do anything.
So he's in he's in Spot, and he put out a video. He was just in Spot.
He went to he went to the shuls and everything. I was so
He was in one of the
impressed.
caves,
Puts out
and
too much.
some girl was just singing little kind of Shema
Yeah,
in the
I saw
cave,
that
and it was
video, yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's
That
so
cave
nice.
is always an experience.
I haven't been to Spot since I've been here. I need to go.
Really?
I know I've been there a couple
You
months.
gotta go.
Yeah.
craziest place I ever said Shema was in the bomb shelter where like a lot of people were killed on October 7th. That was intense.
Smooth. Scary energy.
Yeah.
I can't.
I did with Shema with tefillin actually.
I never went.
Barbarian.
You're a
Gaza.
No, not for Kohanic reasons. I just, I don't know if I can handle it.
The same thing. Like, I've never been to
I'm
Auschwitz
looking
either.
at that.
Like,
I'm also very sensitive.
I don't know. I don't know if it's for me. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you can tell me like, what'd you get out of it? That, like,
Yeah.
I got a lot out of both of them.
Three.
I mean, it's not really great stuff out of Auschwitz.
Yeah, I don't-
You got to really
It's
feel
too much.
like the evil of mankind, of like where man can go.
do you feel like you needed to be there to know that? Like, to see it?
Yeah. I mean, like
Take
personally,
it to
like
the
for
shrine.
me, yes. Like,
Yeah.
but it was also young. So like when you're, as you get older, I was literally 18 when I went there. So as you get older,
Right.
then you don't really, don't necessarily need that.
First and foremost.
Um,
And the way he met his brother Aaron.
the
Okay. Where you're from?
where the Nova Festival was, as sad as it is, they've turned it into something like it's a beautiful
The
memorial.
destruction. Even if
Get
it's
to
not
like learn a little bit about all the people and that a lot of the families like made their own shrines basically. Someone did something really special on Hanukkah.
Destruction.
Some guy went out
You have to-
there
you have to
and
imagine it.
he like
I
custom
need help.
built like a
Just sitting,
menorah
just
for like
seeing
at
this
least
and not doing
50
anything, you become
of the
so desensitized,
the
you
memorial
lose your
like
humanity,
posts.
It breaks down.
And then they lit menorah like
And in general, for children in particular, like if you're not,
It's like the same thing, you know, like when October 7th happened, obviously we weren't here.
it's better not.
Like,
It's incredible to
I
see
refuse
a
to watch
man
any videos.
doing it
I
all
refuse to
that.
watch
Just
anything.
don't-
My wife started daughter, I told her, do not watch. Like why are you watching? It's like, I feel like I need to see it. Like, why?
Right.
Like, I was reading about it. Like,
Holocaust
I don't think I needed to see it
Right.
to,
It's not something I would
like,
show my children.
like, what's that gonna
I've
do
seen a
for
few,
me?
but-
Like,
Well,
other
I
than
did
just
as
like
well.
make me
It's
like
pretty
hate
hard.
everything and everyone.
Sweet
chili
ones. Wow, wow.
I'm from the descendants.
That's just
My-
me.
My grandparents.
No, I mean,
Stop.
I try not to
Yeah.
watch, like,
I never. My
I
I
saw a
have siblings
lot,
that went
but
back.
like, I try not
My
to,
grandmother
like,
never. She just died.
watch that closely.
It's like even this Iran thing right now. Like on my ex feed, it says like, oh, if you want to see it, like, cause it's like, oh, it's like
Yeah.
My
graphic stuff. I
grandmother.
know, of course
Well, my
not. I wanna
father's
see
side
it.
is from Russia.
Russia.
But
So
they left. They were in America
good
before
news out of
World
there,
War
but-
One even.
Oh, it's a long time.
They were like,
Turn of the
early,
century.
like around 1900
Yeah,
they
that's
came. But my mother's side, they were from.
Oh, yes.
Like the. It was
That
sometimes it was
was
Hungary and then
prior
sometimes it was
to Haman already.
Czechoslovakia. She always identified more with
Prime Minister,
Czechoslovakia.
more or less, yes.
They were Mordechai and Haman were
I'm
sent to
named,
war.
yeah, I'm named after
Yes,
the rabbi.
correct.
And he gave them
So they were each,
money.
so Mordechai and yes, so Mordechai and
basically-
Haman were each generals of two separate armies from Achashverosh.
Your name
It's
is
Merames like
I'm named
Yaakov
after
and,
my-
and Esav, because there was a
Right.
star, Mechira for the Bechoros. So it's like a continue kind of
That
that.
far.
Because Purim and Pesach and Leil Seder,
They were
and it's all about chapping the brachas from Esav. They say in Sfarim Kedoshim that the chap from Yaakov already extended into the Kedoshim of Esav. Because remember, Esav was meant to marry Leah, and Yaakov was marrying Rachel. So it was meant to be half-half the Shvatim and half-half the Kedoshim. So Esav has a shlita on certain Kedoshim because the Shvatim are divided up into the Kedoshim. So he had shlita on 6 months. Amen. And Yaakov. So what are the three months from Esav? It was meant to be Teves, Shvat, and Adar, and also
a girl
Tammuz, Av, and El.
she still has.
Now, what happened was when Yaakov chapped the brachas again and again, you know, at the beginning when he sold the red stuff to Esav, and when the night of the pasha when he got the brachas and Pasha's told us he got them from Yitzchak Avinu through Rivka instead of Esav getting the main brachas. So then what happened? He encroached on the chelik of Esav, just like last Lava. We're going to have the land of Esav. There's Hashem. So right now
From there,
it's at a point where
branches out.
where,
I mean, pretty much every Rebbe.
we are able to extend into the chelik of Esav. So the chelik of Esav is from Tu
He's not
B'Shvat
really
or Tu B'Av. So we get all of Elul and all of Adar and half of Shvat and half of Menachem Av.
Yeah.
And you can see how that works out with the fast days and the energy of the time and the weather and everything's like more din, beginning of Tavis, and so too with Tammuz. And then suddenly comes the middle of Av, already starts to sweeten, it's middle of Tu B'Shvat, you know, it's literally sweetened. It's true, we're a miler, but it's still, there's a certain Metzias where that's the energy. Now we can use it for Kedusha also. Esav also can be turned into Kedusha. We can do tshuva. But the point is, Bein the time in the Goddess, we're chapping that. We're chapping that energy back, just like Mordechai was chapping from Haman all the shlita. We're making him into an Eved, and eventually, even when he was Ki'ilu, like Mishnah Lamelech, like Haman or Rasha Machshman, Mordechai still was able to bring him down because he had, on the Panimis level, he had, like you said, he had the Mechira, he had the star, I think he wrote on a shoe.
Yes, I was gonna get to that in a minute.
got a shoe on your
I was gonna get, but not just any shoe. This is the crazy part. This is a chiddush that came to me. I'll get to that in a minute. But basically, what happened was, so Achashverosh allotted the same amount of money each to Haman and to Mordechai to essentially allocate to their to the underlings and to the army and so on and so forth. And then for 3 years, and eventually Haman ran out of money, which is a perfect example of just embezzlement and all this like corruption, all that kind of stuff. And he went to Mordechai. He's like, "Look, he's like, Mordechai, no, what are you talking about? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to give you money." And he kept begging. And Mordechai basically said, "If you sell yourself to me as a slave, then I'll do it." And Haman said yes. And where did he sign? Like you said, not just on the shoe, on the right. It said on the right shoe. Now, this came to me, this tripped me out. This tripped me out. What does Haman represent? Amalek, right? So, why did Mordechai have him sign on the right? Who is who destroys, who's the destroyer of Amalek? Moshe Rabbeinu.
As opposed to others, like
What's Moshe Rabbeinu's sfira?
Netzach.
Victory, which is what? The right leg.
Very good.
The right leg. So literally, he's signing he's signing away.
Also,
like,
it connects
slave
to
Muhammad.
Esav and Yaakov because Esav was holding on to the foot of Yaakov.
Yeah.
Is there like historical context to this? I mean, like, is that like part of the story? Like, does anybody figure out?
Whether it happened or not, I have no idea.
Not like it necessarily matters, but I was fascinated. I never heard this midrash before.
Midrash, yeah.
These are
I can
midrash.
share with you. I actually did the English to this. So my friend, did I ever show you my friend's books with the interlinear Targum and the color code? Oh, dude, you love it. Flush 9 Mikra, these are the best possible books we've ever had.
These are all the midrash.
But so he did this Megillat Esther, and I actually did the English for it. He just has a big marketing problem, and he should be selling books here, not in America, which is a whole other thing. This is a friend of mine who reads him. I'm even like observant.
Wow.
I do remember his name.
He's an absolute encyclopedia.
Moti is his name. But it's good. It's an artwork to build.
Am I starting?
It's really good, by
It's
the
my
way.
first commission I ever made.
It's
5 years ago.
Thank you.
You made it.
It wasn't barbecued, but
Yeah, you wanted it before he had
it was
the
nice out of
wanted him wearing a black hat with pants.
That is
Thank you.
so
Season.
cool. How'd you get that commission?
it's just the sauce. It's nice.
Straight up?
Yeah.
Cooks it perfect.
How do you like just tell me
Yeah.
like when you received that DM, you're like, what?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's almost done.
Enjoy.
I took his Xanax. I was so nervous to answer him. I took his Xanax.
I have to.
I was like having a panic attack.
That is actually so
They ride
funny.
on Thursday.
So English, he's been really cool.
Shachar, someone's crying, that's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a baby, yeah?
It's just here. This is when we
Thank
were at
you.
Sports Illustrated. My cousin had just got married.
There's another adult in the house.
Amari.
Upstairs.
Amari came in.
Who agreed to take care
Amari
of the
came
baby?
in. I had to shoot a video for him.
Thank you to my wife.
Thank you, Hashem.
Thank you for getting this done. So it's only my second one. I mean,
Jack, just like
I was away. I wasn't able to come.
It's amazing. Always
Oh, really?
people come.
How could that do with like delivering
I was
the?
delivering it. I told him I could
So
deliver it. I was
important.
going for it anyways.
To just get together, stop. Shirat Shovavim.
Look how much Torah there is.
Stonework.
You have to come by the studio.
You think, we have to have a rabbi if we're going to hear his speech.
I
Right?
love art.
All of us have
Can't
got
do
Torah,
any
you
of
know?
it.
Einstein.
Do you have any pictures
That
of
is
this?
really cool.
I mean,
What's that?
you ever
Einstein's
send
to me
it?
on
You
that.
can take a look.
I want to share something quick with everybody.
That was also nice of the Farbrengen as well.
We're on Friday night.
Yeah, but everyone got to share. You
That
know?
was amazing.
That was awesome.
Another Kaaba.
It was amazing. It was very personal also.
This stuff amazes me. Like I said, I can't draw a stick figure, so
Room, there's the
That
arches.
is
You see those
so
arches?
cool.
So that's what I kind of did.
that is
Except in
so
the
cool.
style of Old City Spot.
I think
We're like this is something
it's-
like you were like when you were young.
No
you
doubt.
were, like,
People
drawing.
are fascinated by
What?
Gayrim who
It's
come
very
back
cool. It's
so
not trivial to build a
passionately
wall.
and on fire.
Right.
I first wanted to build
For Hashem.
it in the wall. You know, to
Oh, he's like 6'11" or
build
something.
in.
That's why I asked him how it
My-
became
my-
a reality, how it manifests as a reality for him. You know, being in Eretz Yisrael, feeling closer to Hashem.
That's how I
Right.
know.
That is so cool.
And then the second part was like more like political.
And
That like you
Given
bought
the
the
situation.
I think he answered you very sweetly, though.
He answered how he wanted to answer.
Yeah.
He felt he's like, no, Hashem is running a show. And I mean, I agree. I agree. And personally, I really don't read the news that often. I read it maybe every other week. It just it brings me down.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Passion, man.
I don't want
Real
to
job.
have that. I'd rather have this.
True.
Oh man.
And just the way you make
Really
an
hated
art,
it. Like he was doing for like American like,
architecturally, it's
vacation
not just to just
Oh,
draw it
man.
and just put it in.
And I was like, and I was
Actually, you
patient
don't plop it in.
from
Oh, it
when
looks
I
like
was
art.
18. I started yeshiva. And
What do you do?
Yeshiva in Israel.
You took a very
Started on like
pliable
Collab.
You were by Arze then?
plank of wood,
What? I know I was in Ramat Shkol.
bent it,
That's so cool.
understand?
But yeah, it's
Say, Baruch, you want a
my brother-in-law was in your building,
shorter.
Yeah.
or the building next.
So you were by then?
Past the.
I
You've
just
been-
with Davin
It's a
just
very
back in
pliable
the
wood, very
Do
interesting.
you ever
Pliable wood.
have you ever like
It's Baruch,
do you ever reach
wider,
flow state?
you know, where you
Yes.
take
You ever
the
just like
It's the best thing in the world.
dimensions, the dome,
4 or 5 hours and
Fixed
like when
it.
you're going like
build
yeah.
it.
Been
So
gone to the
you use one of the
bathroom.
best Torahs.
I put on one song. I put on repeat. It helps a lot.
Yeah, so I do that.
one song.
So I've been
No,
doing
no words.
I've been doing
Love how it
mindless.
turned out.
I've been doing mindless work for Shlomo like this past couple of weeks, like with his library of Shirim, getting everything in order. And yeah, I'll put on the same like 4 songs back to back to back to back to back. And
One
just
song.
flow.
Somebody told me about Nuriel beats
Yeah, binaural.
binaural beats. I tried it.
Not for me.
It's kind of boring.
If you're meditating, maybe a
whole
little
wall
bit.
is
That's
stone.
I do
But
like
it's
the
got,
first
like,
Zusha
also,
album or
like,
the
lights
EP.
behind it.
No
That was
words,
so good.
niggunim, over one song.
I
I'll pick a
told
song.
him like my
Or I
first
do
time in
my
his
Seal
mitzvah,
has
my
like
prayer
a
was like,
trippy
Hashem,
album.
thank you so much that I have friends
There's one
like
song
this.
that's Farce and Faith.
Nura was amazing. I mean,
There's like a couple.
Zusha was amazing at the
Put on
beginning.
some like lo-fi like.
Before they went more EDM. Still good, but it's just that was
Crazy.
amazing.
One of them went to my high school.
It's newer, they didn't
Which
have
one?
like,
Actually, two of them went to my from the original three.
Ah,
even-
Blondie
like,
guy.
You mean the pool?
I like
Alicia.
kind of like
It was Zion, is Zach,
Zach and
Shin is Shlomo,
Been in the floor.
and Aleph is Alicia.
So what is
So
it?
it's Roshi Tape is Zusha.
Which is I missing.
do you feel it's like an
So
antibody
Zach and
thing? You have that-
Alicia went to my high school.
Yeah,
They were like 2 years old,
It's not
2 or
like
3 years older
antibody
than
in
me.
the sense that like I'm seeing.
They were in my
like,
sister's
No,
house.
no,
I don't feel.
your knee.
He was more like a
So there's
percussionist.
amazing,
than
amazing
It's
Alicia.
fully
Cool.
locked in, and it feels like time.
They're-
2-3 hours will pass.
They
and
have
I
a
look at my phone,
sauna
it's like,
there.
Yeah.
It's like
You're outside of time.
Yeah.
There's an amazing poem from Rabbi David Aaron, which I think is so fundamental. Rabbi Shlomo kind of hinted at it as shiur a couple of months ago with Rabbi
For
Asher.
Rosh Chodesh. Shabbat.
so,
And then we chill
One
for
Shabbat,
about
I was just in my house, like it was in Brooklyn. It was like after like 2 months after the son was born.
For now.
And I'm just there's a sound machine. And I'm just staring at the sound machine,
His friend
and I just see the power button on the sound machine.
is building
Right?
a
And
hotel
so you know
up
the
a
power
circle.
button. You're gonna laugh at me because I have it so accessible,
Yeah,
right?
like rock
'Cause
crawlers.
Oh, nice.
that's in my favorites, right? So you see the power button,
You know,
right?
Waldorf is
I'm
like
looking
a
at the power
big
button.
The inside there's a circle. You know, when you go in a circle.
Yeah.
His friend is
And I think for a minute.
out there.
Wait,
Anyways, he's in.
and I
he's in
realize.
You what?
Miami. He's in Miami now.
So what is
Yeah. But
what
I'm
is the
trying
power
to-
button? It's literally what we talking about before, Eli, right? It's the kav and it's the halal, right?
Interesting.
So it's what it really is that the people who created, I chatted about it, how was it, they had some kind of committee, and like, oh, it's a 1 and a 0, right? Which again, 1 and a 0, it's the light,
That
the
would be
void.
special.
And I'm like thinking to myself,
Wow.
wait a second,
We could
like,
maybe get a few
because the 1 is the
people together.
masculine force, the
Maybe get a
0 is
few
the
people
feminine
together.
force, it's the interplay of the energies, giving and receiving, the lying down, the lying down and the returning light, right? And the Kav Yashar, the Kav Chazer, or the Chazer, whatever. And I think to myself, I'm like, did the people who made the power symbol think of this? Like,
They're Jewish souls, I bet you.
no, but like, I'm like, well, they didn't think of it. But then I realized,
A lot of them
I
are
remembered
Jews. A lot of them are Jews.
I remember what Rabbi David Aaron said, and it's the same reason why Ashan is numerically
They
420.
have. It is a trippy people.
No, they did not. I'll tell you, it's the same reason why Ashan is 420. You think people made up 420, however it came to be, just happened to be that Ashan is 420? No, right? What happened, right?
Yeah.
Hashem dropped the knowledge into them, right? So Rabbi David Aaron talks about how he meets with all these artists, like the musicians, and like a lot of them end up killing themselves early. And what?
27.
Right, exactly, 27 Club. And he says, I believe the reason why is because they have an identity crisis. And what's the identity crisis?
So the gift is not, they don't know how they connect to that gift, the godly
Right,
gift.
but because they don't realize what it actually is. Right, because at the highest levels,
But you know why they don't realize? Because we're not there teaching them what it
Correct.
is. That's our job.
100% agree. But like, so what happens? They get all this adulation on stage, right? They get all this adulation, and then they're like, they come down from their flow state. They come down from their flow state, and then they get all this adulation, and they're like, what? That wasn't me that did that.
Yeah, imposter syndrome. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They have an imposter syndrome, and they can't know how to handle it, and God forbid they end up taking their own lives.
Right.
Because they don't realize at root, their soul in the highest levels is rooted in the infinite.
And they were blessed to have this gift.
Correct.
But they didn't have also, usually the Jewish management around them are just ripping them off.
Right.
Rinsing their body
Right.
instead of helping their souls.
There was something crazy I saw. I was sharing this with
Not Chassidon speaking bad about Am Yisrael, but
no, but this
It's a known
so
issue.
about 3 years ago, this is before October 7th, when Kanye started coming out with all his DEF CON and all that kind of stuff, right? A lot of people were rightfully going after him. But I was having an argument with a friend of mine, and I said, look, like, obviously he's out of his mind, and he probably doesn't even know what he's saying, but he's touching on something. Once he touches it. So I gave an example. There was a video of a Jewish music producer. It's not religious, it's not holding, but he's being asked about, like, the culture of rap. And he says that, like, I would never let my kids listen to this music.
We should do it more often.
But he's producing this music. So he's like, okay, so you wouldn't let your kids listen to this music, but yet you're going to put it out into the world.
A whole generation of kids who are, not just a little bit. A whole generation.
Right.
I'm glad you came.
And that's on us. We need to take care of our own house. Right? We need to take care of our own house. It's the same thing with, like, we call the Fakistinians, right? It's like, what do you mean? You take care of your own stuff? Like, where no one's gonna help you. We gotta take care of our own things. Like, I'm not saying we cause anti-Semitism, but it's our responsibility to actually.
Yeah, how Rudy talks about it. Rudy
it's very, So
he's very strong.
Rudy and I have, like, I
had him in the studio one time, and he just went strong on this.
Right.
And it's like, you want to say, but like, why are you putting it all back onto us? But on the truest sense, it actually really is. And it makes, what it does it do? It makes us more responsible to do the right things and to make sure we're the voice.
Right.
Because if they're not hearing the truth, what do we expect from the nations?
So when we see Candace Owens talk about Lubavitcher Rebbe, and you see all these people talk about Sabbateans, what's actually happening? Right? But I'm saying, like, what's actually happening? But what it is, it's a twisted manifestation of the nation's yearnings for the Yemen.
Yeah, they are.
So because that we're not giving it to them, they're twisting something, they're looking for it in the wrong places, and it's coming out in these twisted ways.
They're obsessed with us. Right.
And by the way, it's never lost on me that Kanye's name means "here is God."
Wow.
He went to Rabbi Pinto. I don't know if that. But he's been quiet. He's been very quiet. He's been very quiet. He's been very, very quiet.
I've been hearing hearing that it's not. Afterwards, like he got back into something because he's got a problem, a mental condition. People were saying, I think there's a black was saying he's not sure. Some other people were saying that he's not sure. Afterwards, he still got involved with some of the things. For example, he didn't take down the song Hell. That shouldn't be out. They were playing it the other day.
They did. I know.
Imagine coming out of it and be like,
I didn't look. I wouldn't look.
what?
That's too many steps for me.
Right, exactly.
If something comes my way,
do it at all.
if something comes my way,
You can't see your
like, and Hashem's sending it to me, like the Baal Shem Tov says, like Hashgacha Pratis is sending you information. So you've got to hear about Candace, got to hear about these people. I don't want to hear about them generally, but it's coming my way. Right now, this is black. So I work with doing a lot of podcasts on this subject.
Right.
So as a team, I'm gonna keep myself aware of what he's busy with and what he's talking about. And I do listen to people like PBD or Ben Shapiro. I'm in that world a little bit.
So I have a bunch of stories in that world.
But I'm not seeking it out. It comes.
I was seeking it out.
I don't even follow PBD or Ben Shapiro on Spotify. They just come my way.
Right. So in 20, okay, so when I was at Bleacher Report, 3 days in a row. Yeah. When I was at Bleacher Report, this was 2016.
Yeah.
So this was like height of Trump, right when Trump came out. And Bleacher Report was under Turner's umbrella, so I was working with CNN people also. And I wasn't really politically involved at that point. All I cared about, I was sports. All I cared about.
So what do you think of Stephen, what's his name? He's really
Stephen
good.
A?
Yeah.
He is an opportunist.
But he's still better than...
I don't know if he truly believes what he says. I think he reads the room and he's constantly trying to find have a foot in both.
At least he's more pragmatic than these people who are like in denial, you know?
Yeah, but I think he's... I don't know how
think he's
genuine
racist.
No, I don't think he's. He could be racist, sure.
Some black people are racist.
Oh yeah, no. He said something this week. I don't know if you even saw. Like it was a sports thing. It was something very niche, but he said something about So the Patriots are, I think, playing right now. And he was saying, their defense is so good, but no one talks about how their defensive coordinator is black and that they have a top five defense.
Made that point,
And then, but what's funny is the reason why no one talks about it is because he hasn't been there all year because he had cancer and he was out all the entire year. So of course he doesn't know anything because he just said because he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's spread so thin. So he just comes his whole shtick is to be as hard and as strong as possible, even if he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Mistakes.
And he makes mistakes, but the problem is he always doubles down.
What do you think of bench pro? Because he seems for the Jewish people, he seems pretty spot on. Very intelligent. I have almost never seen him make
net
a mistake.
positive, 100% net positive. And I've gained a ton of respect
What do
for
you think
him
he
for
did
what
by,
he did.
by the
Turning point, I gained a ton of respect. If I had some qualms with him, I think he is way too tied in with the Christian world.
Yeah, that's because of his company.
Correct. I think he's
And
way
that's where
too
the money
tied in.
is, unfortunately.
Right. I think he's way, and I think you see what happened with Candace. I think that's a perfect example.
No, he won't get pulled.
No, but my point is that like
He's against conspiracy.
I know he is, but he hired her. That's my point. Eventually, because
How was he supposed to fill her out?
I honestly,
You straight away? I was
knew.
listening to her back in the day.
I was listening, but
I was
I knew
like,
she was
great, she's
fake.
fighting woke. Anyone who's fighting woke,
But that was my issue.
even Tucker,
was
fighting
my
woke. Yeah, you know.
I mean, I like Tucker. Tucker kind of surprised me a little bit, but my issue always was, and I think it was because I was ahead of the curve because I was in it.
Yeah, I wasn't living there.
Right? So like, I work with these people.
I was seeing it secondhand.
Right.
Everything.
So, and I'll get back to the story about how this all ties in. It just seemed like, and you see how it's swinging the other direction right now, right?
They call it the woke right now.
Right, but it's a reaction. It's a dialectic. It's a constant dialectic.
Also to do with us, Jewish people.
Oh, it's always to do with us.
I get the wine. Yeah.
Wine?
Yeah, sure.
So when I was at Bleacher Report, I'll never forget, like when Trump won, I walked in that day. So what do you do? People were just crying, and I was like very apolitical at that point.
Wait, so you were in New York this whole time?
Yeah.
So they're very blue generally.
Oh,
yeah?
dude.
So how did you deal with that?
Well, again, so my political background, I went to Yeshiva Flatbush. Are you familiar?
A little bit. I know.
Super Zionist school. So I know all the Hasbara bullshit. I know all of it, right? I know all of it cold. And so that's what I knew when it comes to politics. And all I knew was
But back then, Democrats weren't so against it.
right, but the media was. Right, so like they would show us the headlines and the differentiations, right? Palestinian shot at Jerusalem. Meanwhile, he's like got a knife, right?
Yeah,
that's
been going on for years.
Yes, you're right. So that's what I saw. And when I started getting to media onto sports, before I even got into the industry, I was following it. I was on Twitter like 2009, and I was following all these accounts and all these sports media accounts, and without fail, they were all like on the left. I didn't know what the left even meant by that, but they all had the same identitarian, woke kind of mentality. And I didn't make much of it, but I always had in the back of my mind. And then I went to, and I realized how those people are always the ones against Israel. And then I went to college. And then I saw what happened in college. My cousin and a couple other people got kicked out. Some pro-BDS guy came to talk, and all they did was they sat down with flyers, with questions that they were going to ask, and they got kicked out. Long story short, they got kicked out of the event for just sitting there. Discrimination, straight up, and all the biases of the professors were so clear. Wow. And it was just so crazy to me. And then once I got into media, sports became my job. I didn't want to go home and look into sports because I was like, sports is my job. Like, what am I like? I'm sick of it. So I started getting into politics. This is 2015, 2016.
But also everything was getting more politicized.
Right when Trump came into office, right.
Everything. Sports became politicized.
Remember, the back of my mind, I'm still thinking like
the whole bending the knee, everything became politicized.
Right, exactly. So like back in 2016, I had all that conditioning in the back of my mind, the Zionist conditioning and all that. And then I saw all the leftist kind of stuff, and then I saw, like, they were calling Trump. It was one of the first stories I shared on the voice note when I was at Sports Illustrated, and I'm sitting there waiting for a guest to come, and they was learning the whole border situation, and they were calling it concentration camps. And meanwhile, like, my grandfather was in Auschwitz, my other one escaped to Shanghai to, like, avoid it. They're calling this concentration camps, and I'm just like, these people are like...
By the way, my son went into all the houses in Gaza during the war. They are not concentrated. They had nice houses.
Yeah, I bet.
Like marble and like
course.
all the brands, and he came home with Louis Vuitton, and like he was stealing it from them, like nice perfumes, nice creams. I've still got one. I use it Erev Shabbos.
You're elevating
They
it.
had all the brands. Seriously, they were not.
Oh, no, I believe it. Of
life.
course, of course.
You had a relative in Oxford?
Yeah, my
Right house. It's the right house. It's the right house. Don't worry.
You
Don't
bought
worry.
the game. You bought the game.
I wouldn't.
It's the right house. Yeah.
My wife
I have code names. I don't have
my
cool like.
went to this movie thing, so
Anyways.
sorry, I had to wait till she came
No
back.
worries.
Well,
You're
So-
early.
It's over now?
It's early.
It's over.
We're just begun.
We're debating with how we're feeling, so like,
Great.
you both have a
so it wasn't that long. It was like 2 hours or something.
I was one time.
The
But basically,
miracle.
so what happened was, so politics became a passion of mine. I was starting at 26. I got home. I listened to Jordan
Who were you?
Peterson and Ben Shapiro and Brett Weinstein, Joe Rogan, 2016, before like all this blew up.
Brett Weinstein's been signed.
Yeah, also Eric, all these guys.
Is everything
The
okay?
intellectual dark web, whatever they called it.
I'm like, I don't think you told me
And then
that.
after I got laid off in Bleacher Report,
Give me
and
7 days.
before I took the Bleacher Report job, I was talking to SiriusXM, and they wanted to hire me to take their. They had a content curation, podcast curation thing where I would just listen to like a bunch of different sports podcasts and essentially take it and put it into one. And I said I really took the Bleacher Report job. Even though Bleacher Report's a temp job, I don't feel right backing out, but we kept in touch. And then once I got laid off, like 2 months left of my temp. I called the guy and I see, hey, you know, I see a position at SiriusXM, but instead of sports, it's for politics. And I think I would be a great fit. And I was talking to him in an interview, and he sends me the beta of the app, and I see all the channels are women in the workplace, people of color, climate change.
But this was like before woke.
This is early 2017.
So woke was pretty
Yeah,
popular.
but again, I just started in 2009.
DEI,
I
that stuff.
I was inundating this stuff for
The trans,
a
the
decade
kids.
by that point. Right.
Martin Yahoo, what's up?
So,
Okay, what are we talking about?
So-
We're talking about
Again.
podcasts. and like that.
no, but basically
You're
what
gonna
happened
elevate
was,
us in a
What's
minute.
I
that?
got you.
It was very beautiful Friday night.
so basically what happened was,
Very nice
is
time.
that I get on the phone with this guy and I basically tell him and I say, hey, you know, you have all these like leftist podcasts.
See
You
you on
just saw
Yeah.
Trump
little
just
kids
won.
running around,
You're not serving half the
climbing down the
market.
stairs.
You should. I would love to highlight
He
the
listened
people.
to you?
Yeah, so he listened to
We
me,
have lots
and he
of
said this is a
guests,
great
so
idea.
Wow.
Let me set you up with HR.
Disco limits for
Let me set you up with HR. So I get on the phone with HR and I tell them the same thing. Hey, I want to highlight Ben Shapiro. I want to highlight Jordan Peterson. I think you need like a free speech channel. Oh, okay. I don't hear from them for like a month. And I reach out and I hire someone else. And I reach out to the guy and he's like, I'm like, what happened? This is like in 2017. He's like, I don't know. A couple years later, like this is like 2020. I have a friend of mine who I worked at Bleacher Report who's on that team at SiriusXM. So I call her and I'm
SiriusXM involved with Howard Stern.
Yes.
And he went. No,
Oh, dude, I was interning there at SiriusXM. I would see
you
crazy
seen him
stuff.
around?
Yeah.
He lost it.
Yeah.
During Corona, he went.
But basically, I asked my friend, I go, hey, I told her this whole story. And she goes, you know what's crazy? Is that there's not a single person right of Bernie Sanders on the politics team where we are. Not a single person. Oh yeah, of course. They didn't want to hire me because they were in their echo chamber.
But they probably lost the market.
Yeah, they did. It's done. They one could put
They used to pay massive
that whole
money.
project. Yeah.
They were big.
Yeah.
When you attach yourself to that
It's
world,
so amazing how
prior to doing all this
you
stuff,
can feel it with Trump. Like he just reads where the markets are. Like, you have to have that whole
if a person sins with their body,
anti-Trump syndrome is messing people up.
Right, but also the pro-Trump syndrome is messing people up.
That's true. Yeah.
I saw that in 2020 also. I saw people wearing Trump talits and Trump yarmulkes. And I'm like, bro, like, this is why he's gonna lose. And then he lost. And then again, people lost to mine 2024. Same
Yeah, but
thing.
he's been
Like,
very pragmatic himself.
therefore you can make yourself to.
I don't want to get into the politics of this, but like,
Without, if you don't pay attention to his mouth.
no, I pay attention to what's
His
happening.
policies. He's doing this.
I don't like
Tariffs,
what's
you know,
going on. No, I don't like what's going on here.
About Israel.
Yes, but regardless,
Yeah, it hasn't been so good because of Witkoff and
I was
Jared.
learning this like an hour before.
correct.
I mean, there's worse people, but they're not the
But it's
best.
him. But at the end of the day, it's him. It's him.
I was thinking
It's
like,
him. That's it.
Yeah.
He's Edom. He's Esav. It's the money.
Yeah, but
It's
what did
the-
Rav Kesselman say? He's Asa
Oh, he's Marcus Aurelius, is
Asa
Gilgal
B'Tzura.
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
That's not at all.
It helps them.
Rabbi Kessel.
I
spoke to their
He was
people.
pushing for Trump back.
I know.
Years.
I spoke to his people also about doing reels. I mean, amazing reels for them.
If you want the
Like,
like,
wow,
just
this is
send the
incredible.
If you want the like.
And I'm like, hey, you know, like, this is how much I charge. They're like, oh no, we want to see this for free. I'm like, what? I'm not doing this for free. It just took me like 2 hours to
My
make this.
father, he's not religious, but he's very big in like the entertainment world, like
Still on the
family.
black and white.
My daughter just went to work.
I
Right.
turned it off yesterday.
She was in Covent Garden today. Like that's the kind of project. They're all over the place. In Olympia, O2. They're busy with all the big stuff. I left it because of Judaism. Like, you know, it was going to be a conflict. Shabbos. My daughter, Bez Hashem, I'm hoping she'll be able
Even
to
if a person
maintain that.
themselves, now we know
Her
it's
principles,
again,
Yiddish like she just had a beautiful Shabbos by the Rabbonim and the Jewish community are welcoming her, and she'll have the best of that one. Maybe she's able to do what I wasn't able to. Maybe I was a bit too close to my brothers and my father.
So there's just no
That's a long story. But my father, his biggest criticism of my journey has been that kind of conversation, what you just said. That I come with my skills, because I do have skills. Like it's in my kishkas, the promotional merchandise, music. It's in my kishkas. I grew up in the biggest events. You know, like it's part of my upbringing and it's in my skill set. But I come to these, you know, programs and do all kinds of things, and it always comes down to that problem that they just don't pay properly and
So I thank God for Toby.
respect properly, and yeah, he's fundraised and stuff like that. Yeah, he's good at it.
Yeah. Seriously.
But to find the right place that can actually pay you
Oh,
properly.
this is Mishmaim, man. This was Mishmaim. How this happened? Crazy.
Is that part of your Aliyah Cheshbon that you knew you had something to come to?
Basically, what happened last summer, we came on a pilot trip, just looking for places, and I spoke to Jeremy Gimple, asked him where I should go. I know Jeremy from, because when I was working at Wilds, I had him on a podcast or whatever.
Way back in the day, he was doing some good stuff here, but then he went.
He's still doing stuff, Jeremy.
He is, and they are. I know in the non-Jewish world they're big.
Same in Israel, yeah.
Yeah,
Doing stuff.
but there was a time where he was mummish, like making loads of noise, like
I gave him a
everywhere.
lot of,
And very
some
active.
of my low blows.
Like I would, if I would give a date like 2011, 12, 13. I think even politically, I think he was. And then they shifted into this where they are now. With that, yeah. So I think that takes a lot of energy.
A few years ago.
But basically, so I spoke to him and I said, hey, first I asked him about the farm. He's like, yeah, we don't really do that.
Obviously, there's only one
I think you should
place
check out the Zayit and Efrat or some cat's community. It's my favorite tequila.
He was the one who recommended it.
So basically,
You hadn't heard of it through.
Then
I heard about Shlomo, but I didn't know like.
grow up like.
I have an aunt who lives in Marimon, but like, so she knows of him and all that
Then
kind of
it's
stuff.
like.
But
obviously,
I was
I'm
like,
going
okay,
to
I need a place to stay.
Yeah.
You know, if there's
Like a year before that, the summer before, I was in Thailand with my wife, and we befriended a couple of people. We befriended two couples. Sorry, not two couples. Two girls and then a
You
couple.
told me about this. I know I have a vague memory.
So-
You mentioned you were in Thailand, you met all these people.
Yeah. So one.
All this Hashgacha Pratis.
Yeah. So one girl said, hey. You should stay by the lighters, you know, Chaim, the Mohel. You stay by the lighters, you have a place to stay. I'll go for a meal Friday night. And then I spoke to my friend Ari A. Harris, who's Kayla, his wife works for Toby. Toby and Chaya. And they're like, hey, you should go eat by Toby. So I ate by Chaim. And then the next day, I went to Toby. And
Shirat David Shabbaton.
basically. And I went there, we went there, and me and Toby hit it off. He basically said, like, hey, like, what do you do? And I told him, he's like, wow, that's crazy. We're looking for exactly that. And then I met with him in Rosh Shlomo, and then one thing led to the other. And then it just practically made sense, you know? Like, I started doing some work for someone like in May before I made Aliyah.
Were you speaking to Vizel? Because he kept telling me there's some guy.
Yes, that was me.
There's some guy like who's making reels. He kept telling me about all this stuff, and he was showing me examples of that. It's good stuff.
Yeah, so I was talking to him.
I was hearing the process from because I'm more friends with Danny than Toby. So he was telling me.
Right, so I didn't know. So this was before Danny was even
What did
involved.
Danny? Yeah, when did he get involved?
Came in the middle of the year because again, this is a year in between. Danny came, so I started talking to Danny, and then Zevi came in also, and I worked with Zevi more or less.
That's Reinitz.
Yeah, so I'm working with
I haven't
Zevi.
really done anything or seen him around much. He comes a little bit,
Right.
but
Yeah, he's a little hard to get a hold of.
but he's running the social media. He has his own company or something.
I think yeah, he worked with Gedalia a lot.
Is that offensive?
So I told him
Really?
like
Yeah, he was part of his book, and then he got pushed out of the book or something.
Really?
Like, I
Yeah.
think, you know,
He was working with Gedalia a lot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I said like, you know, I said
Because I've been friends with Gedalia for a long time. Before he even started writing the book. Right at the beginning, 2017, is when he first started mentioning it. He wants to write a book. And his whole methodology was it has to be short, like exactly what he ended up doing, like short stains, clear, like that's one of his things, simplifying content, and that's what sticks in people's heads.
That's
Like right now, don't stuff your face, face your stuff. That's one of his lines, you know, it sticks in your head.
Right.
It's clever.
It's funny because when I'm like Rosh Shlomo Shirin, right? I need to condense something to a minute. Or like anyone else who I work with, I just think to myself, I'm like, wow, you know, we're being tasked in this generation with such short attention spans. We're being tasked with what Hashem does. Hashem has to take all this huge thing and condense it into like the
You know,
tiniest little thing.
it's brought down on the Yom Tov. It's a holy concept. It's a sefer called Yosha Debrahim. It's one of the Talmidim of the Baal Shem Tov. It's a thin sefer. I have a copy at home. Maybe they have it in the basement. I'm not sure. But he gives over like certain Yesodis of the Baal Shem Tov, like because he was one of the lions of students. And he says about Rosh Hashanah, Yom Tov, Yom Kippur, like all these manim. He says that the whole avodah of everything we do, Elu, and all the achamis, and all the preparations, and all the effort, the slicha, and all the tshuva, and all the learning, and all the effort we make, the Pesach, all the cleaning, everything. It's all about that one moment, especially Rosh Hashanah, where there's this like zap on us, like an X-ray of us, like to see what we're really about. And it's all about tuning into. It's called the Cholas, the Zman Chalat. That one moment, and what Hashem does, because He's about Rachamim, it's Kisei Rachamim. He always chooses the best moment for us when we're really like zoomed in, we're having a moment of kavana, or we're being a really good host, or whatever. That good moment on Yom Tov, that's when He makes the decision, and that's the chesed Hashem. That's because He loves us. But the point is, it's all about those one moments, and you see that this concept of eight son. You see when you learn Smarim like Tanya, it's because we keep falling back to the animal side to keep with it. So this is about that one good moment, and then you see Rabbi Nachman talks about it. Kudatova. Right. It's all connected. That concept.
That's why Hashem's the first letter is Yod.
That's it. The whole week is a Collab for Shabbos. Yom Shakula Shabbos. You know, the real yesod of Leil Shishi for Sunday is not just because Americana friends with the workouts. That's that, but also another reason is because we're Yom Shishi, but you may have Ma'aser, you may have Bereshis. So we're the Zman of Erev Shabbos in the whole Seder of Ma'aser Bereshis. We're the Zman just before the Shir is coming. So then really we are Leil Shishi, like we're that, or Yom Shishi, however you want to say. But we're in that matzah, so every day is a certain Chana for Shabbos. It's Yom Shekudah Shabbos.
Rabbi Sutton goes so deep. You know the book Spiritual Technology?
I've heard about it. Yeah. He's come a few times.
That's incredible.
America started to do
war
games.
My brother's a drummer.
Is that all the noises going on?
In the next couple days, they're going to be doing a lot more.
Anyone can do it.
A lot of times that's like precursor.
My brother drums. I just like. I was gonna drum. My brother.
You have to dub it. You're gonna kill Khomeini, get rid of the enemies. It's good stuff.
Ilam's having a
Yeah, exactly. That's me.
Ilam's having a small time.
Right. Thank you for coming. Sorry, you were missed somehow. I don't know. It was only like a few weeks.
I remember on Simchas Torah, like running, jumping around, I was drumming on the beam on Rav Shlomo came up. Wow, okay, that's made my.
It's very
I just like made my chag.
Now what was it?
No, he was basically like, "Whoa, you have some beats." Like, I was like,
anyone that can beat on the table for 30 seconds plus and not change it.
It's very hard. My brother's an incredible drummer.
Are you a musician?
Not at all. Like literally, I have enough rhythm to make people think I play music.
Or someone thinks you are. I think you should look into it.
I guess so.
So I have a thought that I had when driving over here. Just
Of course you do.
I don't know if you guys started talking Torah yet.
Yeah, of
Just
course.
to share like a little idea. I was talking with my Chabrusta,
It's all Torah.
I think we talked Bittul Torah here.
Come
on. We have a Sefer Raziel on the
Not this fast.
There you go.
So the zeal was learning today, and there's so much to talk about. This is like
Shalach, big stuff.
This is
Shvisha Pesach.
Shvisha Pesach. So I was saying,
How's Yosha?
I saw in the Sefer that actually no, I went to Simcha Hacham with
with my boys.
with your boys and the Midnightrabbi.
Yeah, they loved it.
We had
They
a
loved
really
it.
special day. And Simcha Shiri said, I actually saw it in Baruch Hashem. First of all, a strange shidduchim that like. I'm at the stage of my life where I get to I finally get to learn all the sperm that I've always wanted to learn. I get to go through 20, 30, 40 sperm sometimes a week.
Where's your Farbrengen game? That was one of the questions. Which Svarim do you want to learn?
I love that you're finally at the stage in your life, and you're 35.
I see stuff brought down. I don't know anything, but I saw it and I don't even know what sefer it was, but it said that Shevat is unique, where every single year Shevat always has 4 of the same parts that fall in Shevat. And it's Bo, B'Shalach, Yisro, and Mishpatim.
Yeah, 4 Shovavim.
Those it falls with the Shovavim, but those 4 specifically ones are always there. Beis,
Right.
Yud Mem. And
Wow.
if you think about it, what is Beis, Yud Mem?
It's
It's Pesach, Shavuos. It's Pesach, Shvisha Pesach, Shavuos,
Right.
and Sukkot.
But why?
Yeah, Mishpatim is
All of the
Sukkot.
Shachar Avr are in these 4 parshas. Think
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
Pause for a second.
Wow.
All of our Chagim, our Shachar Avr, are in Shevat. Shefa Bracha Teva. So what we could, when we get out of the Chagim, when we get out of the Shachar Avr, if you tap into it, you can get over the next couple of weeks. So it's very important to live with the parshas that Rabbi always says. We should be zeicher that we should actually if we didn't do it right, maybe last year, maybe we didn't get the chagim or the element of the chagim that we didn't want to tap into. Now it's also it's a repeat. It's a good opportunity for us to really think about what did I want to think out of Sukkot, what did I want to think out of Pesach, Shvisha Pesach, Shavuos, Matan Torah. Because what comes after that is also Truma Tetzal, the Eretz Yisrael. What comes after Shachar Avr is getting into Eretz Yisrael, the mitzvah to learn the Haaretz. But I was thinking,
Beautiful.
it also always falls out as Tu B'Shvat. And I think there's an energy that, sometimes within the Shachar Avr, there's a hidden element to the Shachar Avr, that there's an external element of Matan Torah, Pesach, Sukkot, Shvisha Pesach. But there's something mamish so hidden that we don't even realize what it means to us until months later down the road when we're unpacking our chagim. We're like, wow, Pesach was this, and we're chagim, a Shachar Avr cannot just be a time that lives within. It's the 7 days of Pesach and Yosei Zayin. It has to be an all year round thing, right? The Chachos has to go around. Rosh Hashanah has to be for sure. Yom Kippur has to be every single day.
Oh, I gotta get rid of this.
So it gives a little bracha that on Tu B'Shvat. It's the chag in which we see that which we can't see. It's that we believe that there's payrus coming from our avodah. And sometimes I go through the chagim. I'm like, it's over. I did a chana, and I'm there. I was present with the future tense, and I was there. But sometimes you don't always see it. So this gives a little bracha that. Talking to myself mainly, is that sometimes in life we have to look at the sap of the tree versus the pears. And it's a huge Torah that's so simple, but we always think in Judaism, what is the ikr is the pears. It's the action, it's the final. If I have a Pesach Seder and inspire everyone, that's the ikr. But the ikr is also pears. And removing all the chametz from your heart and from your life, and sometimes it's the part of our lives that mamish kind of is rooted in the core, in the trunk of everything, where you don't see it, and it's giving vitality to everything, and you can weather all the storms. And it gives all a bracha that the Shachar Avr for the next couple of weeks we should pull the stuff that we weren't able to see on the Shachar Avr, we should be able to be actualizing in parshas, and we should start thinking we should have Pesach thinking machshavas. Sukkot is taking my Shabbos. Shvisha Pesach taking my Shabbos.
Wow.
During the year, Ashreinu, how fortunate we are.
You know what the panemius of what you're saying is? It's Kriya Ba'oira Lizman. That's the Nakuda. The Kriya, the reading of the Parshas is Ma'oira, it wakens the time. And the Tzaddikim say, for example, when you mentioned Yisro at Shavuos, the Kriya from the Haftorah of Yisro is higher than the Kriya from the Haftorah from Shavuos. As an example. Like if you go, it's Parshas, I think it's Yeshaya. Yeah, whereas it's Cheskel is by Shavuos, the Merkava, but it's actually Yeshaya is higher because, for example, how many wings does the Malachim have in Yecheskel? 4. Yeah, it only has 4, but by Yeshaya it has all 6. So there's like Dugmot, where really this man, where we're reading the reading, the learning, the panemius of it is higher than the actual Maisa.
And also to add to this, like Sivan Rameir says, from now to Shavuot, every 2 weeks we're going to have a Chag. Last week was Rosh Chodesh Shvat.
Right.
Next week is Tu B'Shvat. Next week, 2 weeks later is Rosh Chodesh Adar. 2 weeks later Purim. 2 weeks later Rosh Chodesh Nisan. 2 weeks later Pesach. 2 weeks later Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Then you have all the
Pesach Sheni, Lag BaOmer,
Lag BaOmer,
Shavuos eventually.
Shavuot, Yom Yerushalyim, Yom Atzmaut. From now till Shavuot, we started last week. We're going to be holiday mode forever.
It wasn't 3 months from now.
And then Shabbos, and then 17th of Tammuz, we're going to start building the Beit HaMikdash.
Oh man!
It's like, you know.
Our get married within 90 days. What happens in 90 days? Whoa!
I was just sharing with Matityahu. He's going.
He
already heard this, but
He said everything he needed to say.
I happened to be learning just before this the Netivot Shalom on Pirkei Avot, and Matityahu and I have a chavruta on Pirkei Avot. You already heard this, so you can.
You're crazy.
Why? Because I have another chavruta?
No, because on Tuesday, I wanted to learn to see the Shabbat children together.
On which?
Shovavim.
I picked this here for us to learn on Tuesday. I'm like emotional right now. And the Shabbat is a packet, it looks just like that.
Yeah,
White
same.
I saw it the other day.
That was going around yeshivas in the 90s.
I saw it the other day.
I bought 2 of them, one for me, one for you. We're going to learn it.
I'm looking forward.
And then you pulled this up, I'm like...
So this is Pirkei Avot. This is.
I know, but he has
still.
a big pamphlet.
The Siva Shalom literally introduced. He was
excited.
the entrance for the Litvaks, the yeshiva world, to get into Chassidus. Like, I remember I was there when it all happened in the 90s.
So
It was before your time. And suddenly everyone was learning Sfas Emes and Siva Shalom. All these Litvaks. I was like, whoa, Chassidus is getting in it. Yeah.
He's easy to understand. I'm not saying that.
They
I'm
didn't
trying to
always,
order it down.
It was a process.
He asked like
That's
questions.
it's like 1,000 questions in the beginning.
Who lets you speak?
But he
You
said
want to know the answer, I'll give you the answer.
it says Kol Yisrael. Every parak begins with Kol Yisrael Yesh Lahem Chelek LaOlam Haba. That Jew has a chelek, a portion in Olam Haba. And so he starts to explain how, like, the Olam Haba has 3 different levels according to Nefesh, Ruach, and Shama, and that no matter what, we are, each one of us, anybody who's born as a Jew is given a portion in Olam Haba. That's why it doesn't say Kol Yisrael Yihiyeh Lahem. Right? We're in Olam Hazeh, so it should say Yihiyeh, but it's Yesh.
310 Olam.
Because we have one, as soon as the neshama is morid from Shamayim, from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a place is already set for us. So we all have. Now, where we end up is dependent on how we act down here. But what I wanted to share was something, again, I haven't learned this like an hour or 2 before this gathering. What's the Noam Elimelech saying that B'Shem Kol Yisrael is the name of an olam? As I'm sure many of you are familiar, that's the name of an olam. B'Shem Kol Yisrael, the name of all of Am Yisrael. And in that world, no chataim, no rishayim, nothing exists. Only good, only tzaddikim, only mitzvot. It's completely pure. So that's why he explains it's so important to say l'shem yichud before one performs a mitzvah, because we're preparing ourselves to connect kudsha brichut, shchinte, etc., b'shem kol Yisrael. And he says, he quotes, the derech hachasidut to this inyan of hitkashrut is sheyehudi yehiyeh, that a Jew should be kashur v'davuk larav, to a rabbi, and to what? Lachavurat yirei Hashem, to a chevra of yirei Hashem. This is amazing.
No, that's,
שעל ידי זה הוא קשור לעולם של כל ישראל.
no, he's also saying. He's
So,
also.
יישר כוח. Eli, יישר kach, you guys for coming
I
out.
think we're saying also he's
And we had a minion just a second ago. That was like,
I think
Shechina was here.
Yeah, the
We
Shechina
know
is
it was
here.
by even one person, but Shechina was here. And we
I
have
think
Kohanim.
He's
Yeah,
being poetic
Raziel.
as well.
I love your name, dude.
He's being poetic. He's saying, why do you say Kol Yisrael Yishem Chayil blah blah? We're saying only when we're Kol Yisrael, that's when we have Yishem Chayil blah blah.
Only when
The
we're.
individual, they say in marriage, right? If one person's like doing great, you're not doing great. I don't want to be somewhere where I don't want to be on top of the mountain. My wife is not there with me, right? I don't want to be in a place where my friends can't be there with me. I once met a billionaire who lost all of his money. Okay, I don't know if you should be zecher. Everyone should be zecher to meet a billionaire because it's just a meeting. Hashem gave parnasa a yid. To meet a billionaire who lost all their money was a really special environment. This is legit. You remember? I promise you, I met him. I walked through a property. His name was Harry Skydell. He owned 503W, which was a huge real estate, and it went. And it went under. And I was touring a building with him for investment property in Chicago. I got involved. Long story short, I was walking the building with him, and someone asked him an amazing question in front of my face. They said, "What is the hardest part of losing your wealth?" And he answered the best answer I've ever heard in my entire life.
Wow.
And he gave me a lot of chizuk. He said, when you're in, he goes, this world is a rat race. That's what they call it, a rat race for money. Everyone's trying, imagine everyone running a marathon, and the person in front, they're winning, they're in the top. He goes, but you know what you can do when you're in the top? Be able to throw a rope behind you and pull everyone up with you. He goes, I don't mind not being in the front, but I mamish can't live without bringing people up with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hashem wanted Am Yisrael to leave Mitzrayim with all the wealth in the world. He had what does it say? 400 gemalim full of what was it? 400 donkeys full of gold and so each person, right? And like why? Everyone says why do they have to be wealthy? And they give you the answers of like you're not really free unless you're financially free. And there's Torahs in that, and I can relate to that as well. But I think the Torah is saying a deeper thing. It's saying, you know what the Jew's job in this world is to throw a rope down behind every. Why does Hashem bless us with money, bless us with wisdom, with all this other stuff? But not everyone is zeichet the money, and we should all be zeichet to have money.
Amen.
But as a klal, we are a very affluent people. Per capita, probably the wealthiest of history. And the reason why is because I believe our job is to throw a rope behind and pull the world up with us.
Amen.
And that is a holy responsibility that Hashem gave us. It's not, He didn't want it to bring us out. He said, from the beginning, when we came out of slavery, He empowered us with the ability to be noblemen.
Okay.
No other person in the world, a rags to riches story, no one else can, all the rags to riches stories are based off of us. And we maintained our wealth through persecution, but the goal of the wealth was not that we should become wealthy, that we should make the world a wealthier place. The Gashmis and the Ruchnias. We should pull up all the people in our life, not just with our wealth, but also with our wisdom, our children.
That's one of the things. I think Rashi said that. Why would it make a big deal about Peter Chamor? This thing helped us. This thing helped us build Am Yisrael. And that's what we're gonna. Now we're gonna say every single time that there's a new Chamor. It's holy.
With Balak and Bilam and the Chamor, and the Shias are coming to Chamor.
Right.
I just thought.
And Abraham's how he used it. What were you gonna say?
I just thought of something cool. I'll only
No.
make that invitation because otherwise I'll forget in about 3.5 seconds.
No, do it.
So.
It's too early in the night for you to
So one thing that's pretty cool is like what's like the most like the world is not gonna start to love us because of all the chesed we do and like how great we are and how much Torah we learn. But what is the world obsessed with right now? Money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the one thing that's gonna like it's like it could also draw that attention. It's that rope. Like people are interested in.
Rough Landau talks about it all the time, and they're like, "Oh, this guy, like the dev is talking." You see all these comments. The funniest thing. This guy talks about like what?
You talking about Yeli's brother?
The Satmar guy.
I saw from Ari Kaplan that the shorish of the word money.
The billionaire.
Ari Kaplan, the source of the word money comes with the word emunah.
I didn't know that.
You're weird, no?
What?
The guy who's big on Twitter,
Yeah.
his brother's Eli
Where's the
Goldsmith,
word money come from?
one of the richest Jews in the world.
Mon.
Eli
Money.
Goldsmith,
My mon. What's my mon?
Wow.
I know whatever the etymology.
What's the etymology of money? Look it up. I don't know. Ari Kaplan says source and he was a linguist. Money. Eli, you heard this term?
Mammon.
Say again, Mammon.
Yeah, from Mammon. That's probably Mammon.
Mammon.
It's like
Well, coal is gematria Mammon, yeah? And Mammon, the coal is all those gemachrias, Sulam.
The source of money is emunah.
That's Gedalia saying Bitcoin is bitachon.
Bitachon, yeah, that's a good one.
He said,
Yeah,
"Who's
Bitachon,
money?"
Bitcoin.
Everyone said, money.
Clever, he does all that
It's
stuff.
mine. He said, no, that's emunah.
That's a very Rav Ari Torah.
But we see that also, that mon, like the breadwinner, like the, what we call it, it's attributed to money.
So you haven't met my second son so much, the one, with the whole get up, No, Aaron Yosef. So he sits in Yerushalyim, he's busy there. Oh, why aren't they here? He says, it's your Chevra, like you can still schlep me just down the road right now. He's trying to get up for Nate's every day, so he's trying to get. Yeah. He has so far, so good.
I think it was great, by the way.
He loves them, that whole voda, mine not. So anyway, so the second son, who I don't know so much, he's quiet on the side with the black cat and everything. So he said when I was saying over Romero Kaplan about Rabboni Shalom, so the first book I got was from a real crazy shop in Camden Town, like one of these, like self-help, weirdo, like freaky stores with all the Rastafari and all those guys. And I went in there and there was an Ari Kaplan book like shining out from the shelf. It was the only Jewish book. I was like, no way, a Jewish book and spirituality? I'd never seen it before. Remember, I'm in the 90s, so there was I was like, that was it? Good man.
The purple one.
Yeah, so I took it home and I was reading. I was like, oh my God. I went to, shul. I never saw anyone spiritual. Like, this is crazy. We have meditation and such deep concepts. I was freaking out. And then once you start seeing his other books, with the mock cover and all that stuff, I was like, whoa, Judaism's like that's like blew my mind. That changed, that macabre. That brought me back. Yeah, I'm one of them also. But that was one meditation I was going to say from my. So he says, you take a flame and you look at it. You look at the flame and you say Rabboni Shalom again and again and again. Rabboni Shalom, Rabboni Shalom. So my son said, what's Rabboni Shalom, Roshi Tevis? He says it's Roshi Tevis.
Rasha, wow.
No, Shah. You have to change the words. He's Hasidish, my son. Shah. It opens up the Sharim.
Oh, okay, got it.
So all the gates, Sha'ah. All the gates, Sha'ah. All the gates open down. All the gates come down. Everything opens up when you're with the Rabboni Shalom. So all the Sharim. So I was like, that's a good one.
There's
he said it's really Shabbos.
Jewish meditation that I try to think about whenever I say Shemona Esrei that I love so much. In the first bracha, where he goes, Melech Hozer Mashiach again. Remember this?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my God. Do you remember this one? It says, when you're saying Melech Hozer Mashiach again in the first bracha Shemona Esrei, you're supposed to be thinking about how Hashem is progressively coming closer to you. Right? Because the Melech is a king. He's distant from you. He's a king. He rules over, but he's distant from you. Moshiach, Ozer, someone that helps you, right? Okay, he's a little closer. Moshiach, someone that saves you. It's even closer. Magen is the shield. So with Hashem is progressively coming closer to
Right.
you. So
And that's how we end off Magen Avraham as well, because that's the closest,
When I was an NC's advisor,
What?
when I was an NC's advisor, I was a very
we're in Chicago.
Better than most fans.
He was very
high
advice. Obviously the best.
Good looking answers
I was actually through multiple regions.
Wow.
I was involved in multiple regions.
What was the name of like the east, northeast region?
I did regions for Toronto, East
Cool.
Coast, West Coast, and
Wow.
it was like 3-4 years of my life. I was well, I used to give a shirt on Melech Ozer Mashim again, and
Wow.
I must have read in Ari Kaplan, but it says that I always give the example of like the Shurim friends that if you're ever in a pickle, they got your back. They'll throw up a punch. Those are the Ozers. They're helpers. Moshiach is if you ever get into jail, you know he's gonna bail you out. Right? Those are the boys that are not just gonna fight with you, but like when you're guilty and you're whatever it is, those are the people who are gonna. Those are your saviors.
Harry, you got my back.
But Magen, the friends who won't let you get in trouble in the first
Right, I knew you were gonna say that. I love
There we
it.
That's
go.
what
Come
Hashem
learn,
says.
come learn.
Yeah, I
You're
daven
gonna have to
Hashem every day and I
suffer.
say Hashem, not every day, but I have kavanah
Right.
once a year.
That's a good one.
I say Hashem, help me
Wow.
with the Torah, and if I fall with the Torah, save me. But more importantly, make sure I don't even get in a fight with the Torah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
I love that.
That's great.
That's great.
And we have to see, are we being that kind of friend to people, you know?
That was the session. So let's take that in our own life. In our
Put some
life, where
magic
we
up there.
have Ozer, Mashiach, Muggins, in our relationships.
Pull some magic up there.
I did. My wife requested wings. Which were the better wings?
I like these
yeah, I
ones.
like these
Yeah,
ones.
me
I
too.
always gave two shirat.
These were better.
Sessions I gave. I always gave a session.
They were all good, but this is a higher level.
Yaakov and Esau.
Which
That
one?
was
Yes.
You've been a perfect host.
Hairy, it's on your-
Rebbetzin is the most important part of the whole thing.
Outside of the landfill.
1000%.
Versus Yaakov Kedushas. Oh,
Choosy
and
challah.
I used to pass around a
Yeah.
bowl of pretzels.
I just don't know if you. My wife has
Or I
What-
would pass out a
Ari, what do you think of the house?
vegetables.
What do you think of the house of Leil? What was your vibe?
Your wife hits too, huh?
It's a beautiful
You know what I'm
family.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I was
I don't know
inspired
if I
by
have.
what he said. I was inspired by the
I'm on. I
family.
just finished antibiotics.
I
Like
love the
for
family.
10 days.
Seeing
Just
how
give me a
they
warning.
interacted as a husband
cares?
and wife, watching them.
The oldest son, he's got such a chayte.
Yeah. He comes with quite a lot.
Which one is
Betzalel.
this?
Betzalel. Betzalel, yeah.
Wait, who?
His name's Betzalel. The oldest son from House of Leil.
Oh, yeah, he wants to come. He wants to come.
Chicago. I'm from Chicago.
He's not black. He's white.
He wants.
I'm gonna tell him.
The Sal says it's coming like again next week.
Yeah, he loves it here.
But he's so
Where do they live?
They live in RBS in Neve East. Yeah, but they're thinking of moving maybe. Because originally that area was meant to be a little bit more open, but it's become a bit more.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I can't stand.
So they're thinking, that's one of the reasons they came. They went to, yeah. The problem is schooling, this, that, it's not so simple.
Talmud Torah for girls schools are, yeah.
Yeah.
His girls will wear miniskirts in 5 years.
Yeah.
That's kidding.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter came from Beis Yaakov, Chassidish Beis Yaakov, and now she's like rocking out the jeans. I'm like, I've just learned to like not pay attention to any of this. I just focus on our neshama, but because I've been around long enough. Yeah, I was. Forget about what my wife was wearing at that age. I've got some pictures over here. I'm not showing you. I keep them in my private files. What she looked like at 17, 18, because we were old friends. Yeah, I shouldn't probably say this, but yeah. She always kills me. I like tell her about different takufas, l'chaim, the bikini takufa, and then the shaved head takufa. You know what that means. Like we went from this to that. We've done it all.
Yeah. He wore black heifers back
Yeah.
in from where you
I was gonna ask Eli that also.
I don't know.
I've
heard bits and pieces, but
I've done some like online stories and podcasts about it, like because I've spoken at programs and this and that. But so yeah, you can find it online.
You gotta
But
go. You gotta look at watch Midnightrabbi.
yeah, it's all there. It's all there. It's all online. But you know, but as you get older, you look at like I'm sure you when you tell your story, like it's always a different level of the story. Like you now you understand it a bit more, like and a perspective deepens of that time period and that decision. And you're seeing it with more foresight and the family, a bit more maturity, and maybe hopefully a little bit more Torah that's influencing that's making it more pure, hopefully. But basically, I grew up very, very secular, like North London. Like,
I asked him one good
We're
question.
talking about Shishi with the House of
I want to hear what he said.
oh, that was powerful. Sorry, we'll get back to. Yeah, that was powerful.
Was he saying how
That was
hard the
powerful.
years
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. Rosh Shlomo said after.
that was beautiful. Because I'll be honest, I did fight a little bit. Not so much with Shirat Avr because I've accepted they weren't because they're open. They weren't hosting it like officially. But no, they weren't officially hosting it. It was a real conversation, and something, please God, over time will help Shirat Avr be a bit more supportive to these kind of alternative scenarios. But in the main, I mean, they should be doing this for Fabrengen, in my opinion, but they're not.
But yeah, like the way
But whatever. So I gave some very behind the scenes, very strong messages, and if he hears about this, I don't care. I was very strong with him. I said, look, he's seen my Rebbe, he's seen who I am. I'm not like some nobody coming out from nowhere. I've been by a lot of Siddiqim, and if I'm bringing bringing someone to our kahila. I'm not bringing someone who's like some fresh guy who doesn't know anything and just talking shtiyot, but he's good at social media or something.
Right.
These guys are like are very real, healthy gerim. Like I've been around a lot of gerim.
Kind of like, why aren't they like?
Like I worked with Love, I worked with Shine. I saw some wacky gerim. Let's be honest. Yeah, I love them, but they went wild. Yeah.
He's like the president of the country.
Yes, I was trying to be.
You knew what's his name?
What?
What was the guy that Orsamach?
Oh, that crazy big guy?
No, the skinny one he went from like...
Wylov.
Oh, Wylov.
Yitzi. He ended up becoming publicly, whatever. He's in Belize. He's trying to be the prime minister. He was not. His father was the prime minister. He's the opposition. He's the head of opposition. I'm still in touch with him a little bit because Rolling Stones magazine got in touch with me and they did an article on him and they interviewed me, Rolling Stones. A guy called...
I know who Rolling Stone is, but who are you talking about?
Shine.
Which Shine?
Shine Poe. He was part of the crew from Puff Daddy. He got thrown in prison with J-Lo. There was a whole shooting thing.
I know who
and the Jewish lawyer was involved with...
Is it SHYNE?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
So I was like his boy when he came here. I met him with Def Jam and the whole thing. I was like his boy when he was here. So it was crazy. My wife was like, "What are you doing, bringing this guy to our house and the Def Jam people and these giant guys?" It was a crazy time period. And my kids, like these pure little Hasidic boys that were going to Cheder and like Vizhnitz, and they were like Sonny in the car with some of his crew and like driving like completely illegal. And my wife's like, "You let them get in the car with them?" I'd get in such trouble. And I was up all night with him at a nightclub. I don't know where I was. It was a crazy time period.
Sure did black girls before you were religious.
No, I didn't actually. No. Sorry.
South Side.
No. I never dated any black girls. I have nothing wrong with it. I grew up with jazz. I grew up with a very strong positive view about the creativity of jazz, of black people, and it was part of my kishkas. And so, like, people grew up with Siddiqim. We went we grew up, people grew up with the Chazon Ish and the Wall or some Siddiqim. I grew up with Duke Ellington and all these famous jazz guys. That was my pictures on the wall, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because they are talented. But anyway, it's all meant to be. So anyway, so now what we were saying about House of Leil. So once I saw they were connected with Nissim, that already gave me a good feeling. But once I actually started listening to them, and we saw the Shabbos, the more I'm seeing of them, the more real I'm seeing from them. And what it is it's just very pure, simple truth that a lot of us Jewish people, we overcomplicate stuff. Yeah. Like especially Ashkenazim, like we with our Lamdisha cops and all this stuff, like we over-rationalize and overcomplicate, and they're just these pure souls who just want to connect to Hashem. And you can see how it filters over to the kids and the way they are, the way they've done such an amazing journey in such a short time. And they're able to be mashpir in such a short time. I said, I've been trying to be mashpir for years. I've got 5 people listening to my thing. And they've got thousands of mashpir. And not just whatever people, good people listening to them. So I don't care about numbers. I care about the quality of the people. By the way. They're good people listening to them. Good people I meet all the time, following them. It's because they're obviously able to communicate in a way that's impacting. So, it impresses me, but not just that, it's more than that. I really hope that with Am Yisrael being open to Balit Tshuva and Gerim, that it will help the from birth, or so-called from thought, it will just help them have a lot of healing, because there's a lot of things that to survive before Mashiach comes. David HaMelech came from Rus. He didn't come from a Rebbetzin, whatever.
And from what?
Yeah.
It's the whole Yehuda Yosef
binary. First of all, well said, and I totally agree. And I asked him at that Friday night tish.
Yeah.
I said, "What made you? What attracted you to Breslov?" And he gave me an answer. He's like, "It's simplicity."
And
then I asked him a follow-up question. He said, "That's what attracts everyone to Breslov. What keeps you Breslov?" Right. And he answered, "Only now do I realize the weight of his answer." He said, "That's what keeps me going. Is the same pashtas and ischachos and isporidus." That's the best answer I've ever heard.
Yeah.
what makes someone Breslov and what keeps someone Breslov has to be the same thing.
And I'll tell you, when I hanged out with Gedalia Fenster, the same conversations with him. We're talking, when I tell you 2017, that was what his book is all about.
Keep it up.
And you see how much more successful he is than almost anyone now. And it's not because he's a big gaon in Torah, or he learned more Masechtas, or he's been by the big, Rosh Hashivas or Tzaddikim. He hasn't. How is he able to help so many people? Because he's holding by that, what you just said, Peshitas, simple truths that resonate with everybody, and especially when you're struggling and you're having a hard time. Your mind can't think in a sugya when you're having nisyonis. You need solid, simple truth to get you through those rough times. Just clear.
Southside calling?
Huh?
No, what we're saying is Ashkenazim, we forget.
Is that Arya's old girlfriend?
Eli, what if Gedalia is an addiction therapy?
I've been to his rehab, his detox, and it's serious.
Finance, sure.
Yeah, he's not an expert, but he does speak in those programs, though.
He speaks like he's an expert. He's makes his money.
Yeah, it's true. That is a disclaimer, but he spends a lot of time there. And he's around all the staff,
100%.
and he gives classes there with his concepts. So he spends a lot of time in that world. And he was a recovery himself.
Yeah.
He had gambling addiction.
A close friend of mine is actually he actually
But
texted
those
me.
who can't do coke do gambling.
Yeah.
Those who don't bang.
It was a weird thing. Like a couple months ago, I got
Shachar, man. Gotta have like some.
What do you do? Gamble or gamble?
a couple months ago. I get a text.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, I get a text from Gedalia Fenster. Literally, like this whole thing, I got a text from Gedalia Fenster like 3 months ago. Like this weird, like I told nothing about gambling. I guess I didn't know he was doing the gambling.
He's in that whole world.
He
Yeah.
texted me by accident instead of someone else. So when I actually reached back out to him because a close friend of mine who's actually.
Do you want involved with sports gambling?
What?
Because sports.
Oh, well, I was about like.
I'm sure that's a big part of
Illustrated, I was
sports,
ahead
yeah.
of gambling video.
Really? Wow.
But a close friend of mine is actually his first yard site's coming up. So after he passed away, his wife was struggling. She still is very struggling a lot. I'll share it with you a different time. It's crazy situation. But basically, his wife was like going through it, and she reached out. She was like, you know Gedalia, right? I was like, yeah. Can you like set me up, like, and get some? So I got he took
Come meeting.
I texted him. He just straight up went on a Zoom call with her, and he was great. Also, Charlie Harari, same thing. I reached out to him.
These people are accessible. Charlie's amazing as well.
Yeah, like
we don't hear about enough Charlie. He's still doing his thing. It's just he's more in a specific space.
I mean, and he always had his.
He was like the king
regular job.
Yeah, but no, he's still around. He does Aish, and he does some big seminars, and he is more
He's
in
very involved with,
he's more in the yeshiva world, like Chazak.
with
Chazak. Or Navod, yeah. That was with Shachar Avr. That was amazing.
I lived in Queens.
He was amazing.
I'm very close with one
Yeah.
of the.
Did you have anything direct to do with him? 'Cause
Yeah.
I followed all his stuff, but I missed meeting him.
No, he came to Chicago. He was very close with one of my close friends, David Shepowitz, who's one of his wife was like one of the first Talmidah, and like he was a big funder. So I met him. I didn't meet him. I hung out with him many times.
Wow.
Like, and to Mechidus, he was really special. People care about Am Yisrael the way that.
No, but I love how these guys are financially independent, and then they go help Am Yisrael. So then they don't have that whole schnorring, and I wish I could be like that, because I hate that whole schnorring world. I just wish. Yeah, also.
He's from Chicago.
Yeah. Did you ever see him around back then? He was always learning, like into learning or business.
Who's this?
No.
He was a business guy?
I used to go to Chazak events all the time in Queens.
Here's dad.
Yeah.
I grew up with him.
His dad?
No. Yerushalyim is like a couple years younger than me. His dad is, what's his name? Eli Stepansky. Eli Stepansky was.
Is this 3D printed? You made it?
Right. He was a businessman.
Businessman.
Steven's son made it.
He was not just Torah, but
My
like
son's upstream.
at this point in his life, he was like,
Shachar,
I'm done. I'm fine.
Why?
I'm happy with my wealth.
It's for everybody.
I'm partying in his house because he did sell his
He
house.
used to have a nice house, no? But he still has it,
His
right?
house was 10,000 square feet.
Wow.
Too much.
It was
Too many
so
square feet.
big. And he left to Israel and he his house. So like, there were nights that I had a friend and we had keys to his house. You would go to the throw parties. You would not believe. I'm talking about smoking joints and putting them in his couch. Like, the whole didn't care at all. Just learning Torah and Israel. We were just like guys and girls. Like,
who is this?
You were at his house.
He didn't care. He was in the same house for you.
But you guys were very young then too.
He was the first house wall, and I was older than that. What?
He might send you a bill now.
Interesting guy.
Interesting guy.
Yeah, I really enjoy his flow because he's bringing people
My
together.
brother is a professional kiruk.
And he seems really real.
And he says the first rule of kiruk.
Yeah.
They teach you. They teach you in like or the gola and different.
Yeah, I was used to know Samech, Rav Lazarus.
My brother.
Yeah, Rav Lazarus.
He lived on the Sheikh Yamu.
Yeah, I was right there. I'm very connected to that Chevra because my brother-in-law went there. Probably. He sounds familiar.
He's 44.
Well, that's only a year or two younger than me, so.
That's your older brother, oldest?
No.
Because I'm turning 46.
I have Morty's 46. Morty, he learned in
When's Morty coming?
Which one's Yehuda?
Is Morty coming soon?
Yehuda worked in.
How many brothers do you have?
Yeah, but all part of the agreement is you have to pretty much go out. You have to go out.
The first rule of Kiruv is have money. That's what they say. The first rule of Kiruv, you want to be successful at Kiruv, you need to have money.
Yeah.
If you have money, you can be so
Much
good
better,
at
yeah.
it. So you can host everyone and do whatever you want. If you don't have money, it's gonna be hard.
It's true. It's true. I tried to be the Midnightrabbi. I was for years on the streets of Yerushalyim. I had no money. And I used to have 10 people in my house every week. I'd feed all their bochrim. And I had no money. They were paying me Gornish. These yeshivas pay you nothing, yeah? And I was up all night with their bochrim and all day learning with them. And I don't know how I did it, but... And it was crazy. It was years of this. And... I had no money, and it was so hard. And I somehow here and there would come into money. I put on some concerts for these kids.
He bought his house in those.
I did all kinds of. Hashem just sent you money like every so on to just like for the sake of them, you know. But you're like just a shliach, so you can give back. I'd say to the Rosh Yeshiva, I'd say like, I'm like literally feeding your boys every Shabbos. You have to help a little bit. Come on. So he did. He sent me money. Like these guys, when it comes to, if you really, you have to ask. Like, a famous guy once said to me, if you don't ask, you don't get. You have to ask sometimes.
You miss 100% of the shots, you don't care.
Yeah. So, but I wish what he said. I wish I had that shepherd to make it easier for my wife, and she was doing everything in this. We had an apartment. It was 65 meters, and we had 6 kids, and we were hosting 10 bochrim a week. It was mad. I don't know. That's why I'm like paying back now. Like if I push it too much, it's like because I overdid it back then. Like there's always at some point it catches up.
When you're younger, just don't somehow make it work.
Yeah.
No, there's like Jews for Jesus, so he's running a thing anti that.
How do you go against?
So I was totally secular.
But I meant from like your Hasidic.
So I came to Eretz Yisrael and my neshama was on fire for Chabad, for Breslov, for real Rabbonim, like real Tzaddikim, like even in the Yeshiva world as well, like real Rabbonim, like proper. So I was always attracted to those people, and thank God I made connections to all of them. And one of the Rebbeim there, Reb Buhlman, who was very close with Collab back in the day, he encouraged, was also a Gera. He encouraged me very much on the Chassidish Torah. Start going towards Rebbeinu Tam, Tefillin, and mikveh, and all this stuff. So slowly, and I was hanging around. He deterred me though from being too much Breslov, because at that time I was learning with Lukas Tomorrow and this and that, and Mir Sharim, and he was like, first get married, settle down, balance out, and then you can go to that whole part.
Did you tell him
and that was good advice.
Jesus was born in your backyard?
And so I didn't jump fully into Breslov. I didn't jump to any full derech. But slowly I connected to different tzaddikim. I got connected to Rav Simon Zilberberg, he's a big tzaddik, and I was by him for years. My wife and I, that's where we went very Chassidish. There was an in-between stage. We went to Bat Shuvah Chassidish Yeshiva, where that's where we took on a lot of the more Chassidish externalities. But I was always less into that. But my wife was like, "Baby, you have to take our kids to schools, and they're going to see you're not dressed properly, and you don't know Yiddish properly. You have to,
a yid.
Get with it, because otherwise they'll throw our kids out, mistreat our kids, which unfortunately did happen on some
billions of people closer to
my kids did suffer a little bit in that system, but Nevertheless,
that's very Rambam.
we were very sincere and we tried very hard.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
And
that's why
I ended up after Rav Simai
like,
because it was a bit too high. I ended up by the Collab Rebbe. That's where I got the Strymel. And he bought it for me. Otherwise, I probably never would have got one.
And I don't like to judge people. I like to give
Shem,
people the benefit of the doubt.
And then I ended up by the Talmud Rebbe.
I've seen a lot of rabbis.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people
that's
with
what I'm
slightly
I'm not
different
getting the giant
opinions
ones. This is
pushed
fine.
away by Orthodox Jews.
And then
I've seen it happen.
the Talmud Rebbe became my
History
Rebbe
repeats
because
itself.
my Rav Simai was like, yeah, that's your Rebbe.
Again,
Because
I'm
the
not,
Collab Rebbe was...
that's a story.
And Jesus
No,
did
Rav
it.
Simai,
And
Silverberg.
Jesus did
He told me, yeah, that's... Yeah, he said, that's your Rebbe
He
because
didn't create Christianity.
Collab was as holy as he was. He was
Great.
old, he'd gone through the Holocaust. He was a bit like, you know, he was in a different generation. Whereas the Talmud Rebbe is more like, you
They're the ones that
know,
did
grew
it.
up by the
not even him
gun.
anyway.
And he, you know, you saw him.
I
have to make every
He
part
has
of it.
shaykhs with Datiim, like he's not just Haredi, like he knows everybody, yeah, because he grew up in the Israeli system.
I'm not
He
based
he
in.
grew up. He's a bit more with the system, so I needed someone to help me in that way. So it was a good shliach, and he helped me with Hinner, Shalom Bayis, and all the different stories that I was struggling with
how they
about
say, like,
Shiva.
because
And
of
he became my Rebbe.
his blood saved
And then
them.
at some point,
It's
after
true.
living in
I have
Beitar
I
for
have
a while
Jewish
and then back
brother
in Jerusalem
who's
again,
dead now.
and it was getting really expensive.
because of that,
Yerushalyim
an
is so
entire
expensive.
religion
And
was
I had a
started.
beautiful apartment. Beautiful apartment.
That's kind of true.
No, this one was
Hear that, Aryeh?
120 something. It was a beautiful
Aryeh,
double
is
size. Beautiful professor right next to the shul and amazing neighbor, like very wealthy neighbors. Everyone was it was a very affluent place to be, and there was a few angry old people that my wife didn't like, but other than that, it was
My cleaning lady would be proud.
really
She was-
right now.
she was not
Guess who
Jewish.
moved into my
She was
building?
like
Yaakov Meir Shechter. And my wife is still on the chat from the old building, and she hears all the complaining with all the older couples there about
She wasn't
this.
Jewish.
Because imagine what that means. Yaakov Meir
So I
Shechter.
told her, I said,
Hundreds
listen,
of grading,
she
up
got
and
even
down,
more
up and
intense
down.
when I was
They've even
moving.
like made a
She was like,
key
it was her last chance to save
for the
me.
lift, and they've like taken over like the
So
building.
I told her, listen, Rachel,
Like building things,
I
they're like
said,
doing crazy, they're like
we
crazy.
both die.
They like take over, yeah.
We're gonna both go
So,
to heaven.
I thank God we
is
sold
gonna
it
come
just
both, give
before
us both a
they
huge
moved in,
hug
just before,
because
so we missed it.
like
Owned
we
it.
did whatever we could to
So,
try to like.
It was a big sacrifice to give up an apartment
She
in
goes,
Yerushalyim. It was a big cheshbon. Beautiful
You're
car
not
park.
getting
I'd come out my car park, I'd be on Shmuel and Avi and by Manila in 5-10 minutes. It's Merkaz, perfect, by the Tachana Merkazi, 15 minutes. It was Merkaz, I had access to everything, it was amazing.
She
You
would
know,
tell
but
me she grew
I
like she
think there
grew
was
up
a
in
dark
lot
side
of
there,
Islam.
gangster vibes,
She
the
said
streets and this and that.
she said they're
So
horrible.
to get the yeshiva, that's
What?
I
I
had to
am?
come to Efrat. Much more peaceful,
You're bullying me
normal,
into
less
endorsement right
balagan. Didn't
I mean,
have
if you
the
would've
what
come on time,
ended
you
up
would've heard
happening in my
about it.
building.
Oh,
I missed
I
out.
missed
But There's a lot of gangsters who were Hasidim and like crazy stuff. The other side of the story that you don't want to know about. And we just needed to just.
Okay, here's something.
Geula.
Here's something.
Pesach.
We needed to
So this is like a very aliyah kind of
Shlomo's
Torah.
like
So when I was
breathing,
making
you know, just
aliyah, when I told people in
beautiful
New York I
people,
was making aliyah, a lot of people are
family,
saying,
friends,
oh, you know, it's so lucky,
community.
everything's going to crap here.
Yerushalayim is
It's
like-
really bad. And I told them, you know, like,
I had a Rebbe, but it was
it's a Torah Rebbe, Abraham Chorsky, Shalom, who is incredible. And I'm sure you guys doctor, exactly. The therapist. And he says, so in this week's Parsha,
amazing person.
it says that, right, Paro lets us go. Then his advisors come to him and they say some words, and then he goes, oh, get them back. And it's like, wait, what? Like, what happened? You just let us go. And then, and what did the advisors say? It says, Barach ha'am, that they left, that the nation fled. And now it's, oh, the Barach ha'am, go get them back. So
Classic relapse after conference.
that's literally what it is.
Really?
Correct.
I love
So-
Abram J. Church.
No, so
He's
this
so
is-
good.
Rav
So this
Eliezer
is-
spoke about this in his series. He quoted Rav.
Who did?
Rav Eliezer Goldwich.
Are you serious? I really never understood that. But it's such a beautiful
Right.
story.
So wait.
No,
No, but wait.
Oh, he
So
literally
wait,
spoke
I'm
on
gonna
it.
spell it out a little more.
Spell it out, please.
So he says, why is it what is it about Barach Ha'am? That's all they said. And so he's like, oh, let's bring it back. It's because of anything in life, whether it's an addiction, whether it's a bad relationship, if you're merely running away from something and you don't actually have a direction in mind, you don't have another something to take, something to go to. you're liable to be brought right back where you started. So if you're just leaving a relationship, but you don't have a goal in mind to find someone new or someone different, something you've learned from this prior relationship or from this addiction about something about yourself that now you're going to take with you to move forward and just running away, you're liable to be brought right back. So when Paro heard Barach Ha'am, not that they were going somewhere, but they were running